right there. I tried to get. Oh, there I go. Turned up. Hey, turned up. You heard?
Yeah, I like watching that celebration, man. Me and Jay, we went to the next game. I always be caught up in that. I'm gonna make a longer intro to the show. Shout out to all the Nets fans. We the best fans. You already know the Brooklyn Nets worked out Karim Lopez and Nate Ament. I still want them to draft Darius A. Cup Jr. or Mikal Brown Jr. Unless they think that Nolan Traore gonna be the starting point guard. Where you gonna put MPJ? They must be talking about trading MPJ, or they gonna just make them the four. I don't know, man. 'Cause 6'9", making him the four. I don't know, man. I ain't confident in Kareem Lopez and Nate Ament, man. I'm not, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was probably gonna come in and try to hype them up and all that, but excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. Shout out to B10BR. He a moderator. He just became a member of the page. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. So the more y'all support me here, the more content I can get. Yeah, that's a fact. And then also too, when the show is over, jump in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be continuing the conversation after the show. I still be thinking about the show after the show. You know what I'm saying? Word. And yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Shout out to Joey BK all day. He said no. He said no Kareem Lopez. Oh man. Excuse me. I'm gonna see what they say. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see what they say. I'm gonna see what they say. Shout out to Python. Shout out to me and Leaf out earlier. That was dope. Let's see. They went head to head. So like they playing for the Brooklyn Nets spot 1v1. That's tough. That's tough. Whoever come here, you gotta be the number one option. I don't know if I give them that over Darius A. Cuff. But shout to B10, man. I appreciate you, bro. See, it say Kareem excuse me. Kareem Lopez and Nate Ament are working out for the Nets today. Lopez said on my podcast, 2 potential lottery picks are going head to head for Brooklyn, who have the 6th pick. I don't know. But I don't want them. Why? I don't know why they saying it like they eschewing, like it's either or, like just either or. Let me see what the comments say. I wonder what happened, man. I wonder what happened. I don't know, man. I got a scratchy throat. This is about to be a short live, if that's a fact. But I'm gonna throw the link in the chat if y'all want to pull up. Y'all can holler. You know what I'm saying? I'll just run point guard. Or I was about to run ISO, but I got a scratchy throat. So yeah, man. If y'all want to talk some Brooklyn Net basketball, holla at me, man. Y'all seen the title? I was going to get to how the Spurs. I heard people got arrested about that Knick fan shit last night. That shit crazy, bro. I was going to talk about that. Shout out to Notorious for joining the panel. Notorious.
Yo, what's up? What's good, bro?
Chilling, what's the word? Well, how you feel about the Kareem Lopez? You say no in the chat. Why you so strong on why they getting no so early?
Nah, because I just don't think he well, let me take that back. So I'm cool with going with a Mint and Kareem Lopez if we can get another pick and get them later on in the draft. If we could probably swing that. But Kareem Lopez and Nate Ament are not worthy of a number 6 pick. If that's going to be the actual pick at 6, then no, absolutely not. I wouldn't do that at all because it's going to be they're not going to be they're not going to be best player available. It's going to be a whole lot more options to go with at 6 over them. So I'm not trying to diss them. Like I said, they cool and all, but they more between they more in
Nah,
the
but
later first round. You know what I mean? Late first
yeah,
round.
yeah, but get into that. What you want to do with the sixth pick and why?
I don't want to do anything with the 6 pick, bro. I mean, if we could, like, if we could get, if we could, if we could trade back, right, and get like Mora and Nate Mint, then cool. If we not going, if we looking to get the best player available, and we looking for somebody to come in and change the direction of the franchise, if that's the way we going, I'm keeping a 6 pick and I'm drafting a Cuff or Mikael Brown Jr. But if I'm trying to get my best bang for my buck, if I'm trying to stretch it, then I'm gonna try to trade back and do what I just said with the Mara or a mint thing or a combo of that such. But um if they want to do that, I mean if they got their eye on another project, do that. But if you're gonna keep the 6 pick, you got to pick the best player available.
And you who you got the A Cuff, Macau Brown Jr. Who you like?
I like Acuff or Mikael Brown Jr. I know a lot of people like Acuff, but I like Mikael Brown Jr. because I just a little bit more because of his size, and I just think his skill set just translates over to the NBA. Not saying that a Cuffs don't either, but a lot of people like a Cuff, but they glaze over the fact that he's the worst defensive guard coming out of college. I get it. Like everybody looks at the offense and the offense looks great. He's proficient. He's a playmaker. But then, but because those skill sets are so strong, people ignore the fact that he's probably the worst defensive guard coming out of college, bro. Real rap. So,
So let me ask you this
and
though.
and
If
let
you
me just say this real
yeah
quick. And everybody, when I had a discussion with a guy on Twitter, he like, well, because I was talking about Flemings, and I'm like, yo, why y'all always dissing Fleming? Like, because he got a short wingspan, but the dude is one of the best defensive guards coming out of college.
yeah, I heard
So I
he
said,
had
so
8 steals in one game or something.
yeah, so I'm like, so which one is more important to you? A nigga with a large wingspan who don't play fucking defense, or somebody who got a short wingspan or plays defense and plays both sides of the ball? But they
Right,
was like,
but
they
yeah, but I'm just saying what Kingston Flemings and like slowing it down, dialing it back. Like with Kingston Flemings, I want to hear more about him because the stuff that I do hear is good, but it's just not more than Darius A. Cup Jr. and Macau Brown Jr. Like when they
yeah.
talk about who I hear more, let's say I hear Macau Brown Jr. about 40%. I hear well 30%. Then I
Right.
hear Darius A. Cup Jr. like 35%. But no,
Well,
like 45%, and then like Native Man and all these other ones they bunched up in that other percentage. You feel what I'm
well,
saying? Like
because I think
Native Man, like what about him? Like you see what a FIFA boy in the chat, he said Native Man is the net savior. Like I don't believe
nah,
that, but
he's not the
how good is he as a player?
native
How good is he?
Native Mint is a project. I could see Native Mint being a solid wing in the league, but it's going to take him at least like 3 years. He's definitely a project. I don't think he's going to come in contributing and off rip. I think it's a 50-50 crapshoot with Native Mint because like he's decent, but he does nothing great. Like he's not a great shooter. He's not a strong finisher. He really isn't that strong, but people fall in love with the fact that he's so long and rangy, and for the fact that he can handle the ball a little bit. Hello, can you hear me, Breeze?
Yeah, yeah. You said that
Yeah,
he can
yeah,
handle the ball
yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit.
I mean, you looking at him for what he could be, but it's still a 50-50 crapshoot that he might not be KD. He might be Jabari Parker. You know what I mean? Or he might not turn out to be a premier wing in his league. You know what I mean? He might be one of those wings that falls short. Or I don't know. But here's the thing, though. I think people look over Fleming because I think Darius Acuff and Mikael Brown Jr. just got that star quality about
So,
them,
so
and
hold
that
on. Let me a little bit about what Mikel. B10 said. Br. He said Mikel got that range too. You see that in his game?
yeah, he got range, he got a quick release and all that, and I mean, his game is just, you know what I mean. You look at his game and you be like, yo, I could see this dude possibly being like a top guard in the league one day. You look at that from a cuff too, but only on the offensive end. When you look at Kingston Fleming, I see a solid point guard. I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna be a star, but he could be a solid starting point guard in the league, and impact the ball on both ends of the floor. So that's why people don't really talk about Flemings like that, because Mikael Brown Jr. and a Cup probably their upside is probably a little bit higher. You know what I'm saying? So
Shout out to Notorious, man. We out here, man. Nets fans is the best fans. Before we get to John, I gotta go to Notorious and ask him about how the fans was violating the Spurs fans last night. I gotta get his thoughts about the Knicks fans and how they was wilding out, bugging out about Bryant Park. And I heard all of these fans got arrested. We need to hear how Notorious feel about this, man. Talk to us.
I think it's sad, man. I think it's pretty sad because you used to see New York fans always going in on Philly fans for doing this type of stuff, man. Listen, no matter um how tense it get, or how much you rep for your team, nobody should ever put hands on nobody, man, over no sporting event. That's just wrong. I seen a dude getting his jersey ripped off. I seen a dude getting stomped. It ain't never that serious. And you know what? I'm gonna give the Knicks fans some grace, because I think I think it might be some Knicks fans, but then it might be some who just join in the crowd just to agitate and start stuff. You know how people get when they get in crowds? They feel like
Yeah.
Superman, and they
But
feel like they can just get away with stuff. So
But what I'm
I don't know,
saying
man.
is what I'm saying is on a smaller scale, the Knicks, they made a lot of money for the city without that happening. And what I'm saying is that's the whole thing about the watch parties. Like it could be a good thing if they wasn't doing all of that extra stuff to Spurs fans. And again, my thing was this: when it come down to the business side of it, the fans gotta be more mindful. Like if you know that the lowest ticket costs $10,000, you don't just respect the man off of that. Like,
Yeah,
forget the fact that he a Spurs fan. He paid that much money to come to the Garden. You don't show him respect. Like, I don't
yes,
understand that,
it's
bro.
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. People don't
It,
got
it
no
make,
respect for nothing.
and I think it impacts the access they gonna have to other watch parties. Like, you're gonna beef up the police so much that y'all ain't even gonna be able to have fun. Like it's gonna
Yeah,
be crazy because the police supposed to be out there for presence for nothing to happen, but y'all was acting like the police wasn't even there. Like y'all
yeah,
was
but
wilding. Like
because
I
it was
heard,
more, because it was
I heard five officers got hurt.
Breeze, because it was more of them than police. You got, like I said, when you got
Yeah,
these
way more.
guys in these crowds and these agitators, they feel like they can turn up, and it's like it's so many of us that you can't get all of us type of attitude. You know what I mean? So it's just unfortunate, man. I ain't gonna be long winded with it, but yeah, man, that's foul, bro. Nobody should ever put their hands on nobody over a sporting event. And I'm gonna pass it to John.
Facts, Joey.
Yo,
Yeah.
for just staying with the conversation about the chaos in the city, man.
It,
What you thought about that? How you feel about that?
it was sad, embarrassing. We all live in New York, and it's a sad thing that the other side, across the river, like they got to act in such a disgraceful manner. Like you lost the basketball game, okay, but that don't give you right to take branches, potted plants. Somebody ripped a bus sign. I saw the morning you show this morning. Somebody ripped a bus sign and started whacking somebody over the head. You could give somebody brain damage. Like, people don't think about it. I think we saw a grandpa potential or an uncle of some sort was getting beat up too. It's like these people got families.
Yeah, OG. He had a Spurs jersey on.
Yeah. Like these could be grandpas, husbands, wives, daughters, brothers, sisters, and they could potentially lose somebody over a senseless loss. Like come on, it's a game at the end of the day. This is a
Right.
kids game being played by adults. So the fact that you know that our government in New York just does such things laissez-faire, the stuff like this, like they got to do something with these watch parties, make it more structured, make it so there isn't this type of violence because it shouldn't be happening. Like, the last thing you want is for somebody to lose their lives over a freaking basketball game. So
But they wasn't wrong for giving them the watch party. They made the city a lot of money. I get it. Economically, it makes sense to give them the freedom to do what they supposed to do. The fans are the one bugging. Like, you got to realize these aren't random attacks. This isn't, oh, two people got drunk. No, they were attacking anybody who had a Spurs jersey. That's crazy work. You cannot, like, how you supposed to be a tourist city and you known for a tour. We known for being warm welcomes for tourists. And that's how y'all giving it up if somebody wears Spurs jersey?
It was definitely sad, but I want to shout out my friend Q. He did a Spaces page this afternoon. I was on it, and a couple of Knicks fans actually came on and agreed with us that this senseless violence shouldn't happen. Some of them are upset that they're Knicks fans and they have to see other Knicks fans attack each other in such a cowardly manner, like this stuff where you're in groups attacking one person. Like, it's got to stop. That sense of barbarism has to stop. Like, we all should know better. And my thoughts and prayers go out to anybody that was hurt, anybody that was affected. And I just hope we can be better and somehow fix this, because it shouldn't be happening whatsoever. So I'll shout out Q and some of the Knicks fans that came on and maturely agree with us. And that's the thing. Like, we want to create awareness. Like, we know what New York is, that there is a sense of violence that goes on, but it don't mean we have to become numb to it. So if our voices can reach other people and have a conversation, that's the best way you can try to figure out how to clean up that mess. So thoughts and prayers to everybody. I just want to touch very quickly on the Ament and Lopez stuff. I think it's kind of ironic that both guys that Sean Marks could be interested in reaching on had a scheduled workout on the same day. That's by design, on purpose. That wasn't by an accident or a conflicting schedule. This is what the organization likes to do to create that, auspicious, shadow of, we don't know what we're doing, but this could be a guy we want, or this could be a guy we want. I think, like Joey said, Nate Ament's a project. I even said it's going to take a while for him to develop the muscular body to be an actual wing. But if you ask me who I would invest in more over the other, it would be Nate Ament, because he can score, he's tall, he can play make. I feel like long term there's a lot of potential there. Lopez, I saw some of his numbers. They're decent. He's got the height, got the weight, but none of his numbers are like, oh my gosh, that's going to be a cornerstone starter. That's probably a decent bench guy at best. So if we're forced situational reaching, I'd reach at Nate Ament, because I think long term there's more potential there. But just like me, Joey, have been saying for weeks on the show, choose the best guy available, whether that's Darius Tutsuf, Akuf, who me and other people view him as the Brooklyn people's pick, or Mikal Brown, a guy with insane upside, athletic, can score, shoots threes, kind of the prototypical positionless guy we're looking for. Choose either one of those two guys and try to trade up in this draft. We have 30 picks to operate with. If you want a Ament, a Lopez, a Jaden Quintance, or somebody in that 10 to 20 bracket, you have 30 picks to operate with. Just choose the best guy available, try to get a wing or a center with a second first, and go from there. If they do that, I think the Nets will have a decent draft night. Get your lead guard with the lottery pick and find a way to trade up for a wing or big. That's the best way. This should be very simple and easy. But with this organization, they always tend to screw up the easiest decisions. But I think a lot of people are unified where it's either Brown or Akuf and try to trade up for a wing or big. So that's, I think, kind of where everybody's mindset's at the moment.
All right. Shout out to John, man, for joining the panel. We also got 788. Y'all can subscribe to Elite 4788. Brooklyn LM on the panel. Believe, you know what I'm saying? You put your link in the chat before the, you know what I mean? You leave the panel. You see the title, man. Brooklyn Nets workout, Karim Lopez and Nate Ament. How you feel about it, bro?
I mean, I kind of seen it coming. Sean Marks definitely did it by design. I definitely agree with John. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I spent the better half of my day looking at Michigan games, and I'm looking at Mara. And I'll be honest, my only concern with him is can he play the extended minutes of the NBA? Because he only played 23 minutes a game at Michigan. Not that they really needed him that much because Michigan was loaded anyway. But um, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like just left hand, right hand around the basket. Like he don't look too bad to me. I mean, in terms of like just making common plays, making passes, rebounding, attacks the boards, could block shots. I mean, he doesn't have the aesthetic that you're looking for as a big. I mean, 7'3", 255. He 20. I mean, he looked kind of like slouchiest, but he moves a certain way on the basketball court in terms of just being stationary and just knowing when to dive and screen and roll and learning when to get post entry and things of that nature. But that's what I was really looking at because I think Mara's stock is probably higher than Immense and of course Kareem Lopez. If it's a
But
chance
hold
that
on, but hold on. Even if that's true, it's fair to say that the Nets worked out Nate Ament, Kareem Lopez, Darius Acuff Jr. Those are the three players they worked out, right?
And Mikael Brown, who they visit in Orlando to meet his family. So those
Okay,
are
that's
yeah
cool. Yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah, they
So,
worked out a few people, man.
they
I
they
wouldn't look too much into this working out shit, but go ahead.
I wouldn't look too much into it neither, but at the same time, I'm like, if there's somehow goofy ass punches chance that we could get one of the four players that we was looking at, and that would basically mean that the flippers in the Chicago bullshit are gonna have to go totally left. Somehow, some way, bro, one of the four players that we looking at could
So
fall to us.
did y'all hear that the Nets are probably just doing this as a smoke screen because they don't want the Sacramento to trade up and grab Acuff? So they trying to like give him some.
I heard about it, but I'm not putting no motion into that neither. Sacramento, they luck in the draft is just as worse as ours. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean,
hold on, leave Notorious. Did y'all see before we go to Brooklyn LM? Did y'all see the interview with Darius Acuff and Draymond Green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that to say the whole thing with Sacramento got some motion because his father was the coach or something like that. They got a connect
Yeah,
pops.
friend of the family,
Right. So you know those type of bonds, they stayed. There was a forever basketball bond. So I do think
Yeah.
Sacramento might get
Sacramento does have motion. Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. But just off the strength of that friend of the family shit, all I heard was Jalen Brunson, and you already know how I feel about him. So because the friend of the family shit, bro, like you basically going to an organization that's gonna take care of you just cause. You know what I'm saying? Like
He said Darius Acuff Jr. said he watching in that same interview. He said he watching Jalen Brunson in the finals to see how to navigate. He want to mimic. He want to mirror his game like to Jalen Brunson.
Of course,
He also said he wants to take on Curry too. Like he says he wants to go up against the big dogs. So like I like that massive Acuff, man. He is fearless. He's like, I want to go up against the best and show them what I can do. Like that's somebody you want on your team, man. This guy do not lack confidence whatsoever.
I mean, yeah, that's somebody. I mean, to the spoken, I guess to the spoken ear, that's somebody you want. But I don't give a shit about you doing no damn interviews with Draymond Green. Mikael, we don't know nothing about what Mikael Brown is doing because he's not sitting down doing no interviews with Draymond Green.
Well, he also just
probably somewhere working out.
Well, he actually just canceled his workouts. Apparently, he has a promise now from potentially Clippers or us, so he kind of just stopped the workouts. And the Clippers are the true wild card of this draft. I don't think the draft starts until the Clippers number comes up. And the smokescreen, I think, has been Wagner, like who, played really well in tournament. But I really do think they like Mikael Brown a lot because if Darius Garland wants to be the lead ball handler, he's going to need somebody to play off ball and be a defensive counterpart. So Mikael Brown actually might be somebody they want just as much as the Nets potentially could watch, which puts the Nets in interesting situation.
John, leave. Let's pass it to Brooklyn LM because
I'm gonna pass it to him. I just wanted to say one more thing, man. The thing that I hate about this draft is that we lose focus, bro, on the players that we drafted by just automatically thinking that the players in this draft are going to be immediately better than them. I don't think whoever comes here, if it's not an Acuff or if it's not a Mikal, based on what the conversation that we had, I don't think that they're going to be immediately better than Danny Wolf and better than Yegor. I just don't. The reason being is because somewhere right now, bro, them two are working on their game. A lot of other players on our team is working on their game, bro. And the fact that I hate that a lot of us don't really believe in what we have already kind of pisses me off. But I mean, we're gonna get to that in the opening season. We're gonna figure out what they really
we gonna have that conversation because regardless of who we draft, I do got Danny Wolf an option on offense. Like even if he's not the first option, no, I think it should be who we draft. I think, and again, this is I want to segue to Brooklyn LM because I don't want it to come from the wing. If y'all don't think Nolan Traore is aggressive enough to be the number one option, then draft him. It's that simple for me. So, in my opinion, my question to Brooklyn LM is, when you see Dylan Harper, like, who's the closest guard in the draft, whether it be Kingston Flemings, whether it be, you know what I'm saying, who's a guard close to Dylan Harper in this draft, in your opinion?
There ain't no guard closer to Dylan Harper. There's no guard in this draft.
I don't think there's nobody close to him overall, but I mean, it's just in terms of overall.
Mikal Brown, though, probably has the most potential to be.
I would have said
Mikal is the closest.
Mikal is probably the closest.
Okay.
But then again, bro, this is a nigga that's not on our team.
Hold on, Leaf. I wanna ask.
But if we just evaluating from a talent standpoint, I would say Mikal. Right. Just being off the fact he's 6'5", athletic. I mean, he does have.
And Dylan Harper is 6'5" and athletic, right?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, he boomed on OG last night. I mean, I just at this point, I mean, I can see why if the Nets is looking at him and they're looking at what Dylan Harper is doing, they might lean towards a Mikal. Just be that guy, being that lead guard. He can score. He may be a better shooter than Dylan. I'll say that. I think he's a better shooter.
This your Brooklyn LM. I'm glad we're talking about this
conversation.
I'm glad we're having this conversation because Jalen Brunson is a lot of what they say. He's a great player, right? But he's having a hard time versus Castle, who's a bigger guard, right? Castle is like 6'5" and he's strong. Dylan Harper like 6'5" and he's strong. Look at Brunson's field goal percentage because
it's horrible.
They should be guarding Brunson every minute. You were breezy. You gave the playbook on one of your past streams. Like Castle and Harper have to both be guarding him at all times. You were on the money on that one.
I think with Acuff, that might be. I know he's looking at Brunson, but that also might be why some people may shy away. Now, if Brunson is able to get it done, maybe that's a completely different story. But realistically, I could see why some people may shy away from the small guard. You got guys like Castle and Dylan in the league, especially with Cade and these guys coming up. Yeah, if you're looking at what Dylan and Castle is doing to Jalen Brunson right now, you're like, I don't need that archetype at my one. Like, and mind you, Jalen Brunson is an amazing, elite scorer. Scorer. He can get it from anywhere on the floor. I'm not saying that he can't. But when you're going up against Castle and Dylan Harper and Devin Vassell, who are 6'6", 220 and up, it is impossible to get to where you're at. And that is why you're going to shoot 30% from the field. But because you have guys like that getting thrown at you.
I said this. It's because not only do they have one, they have multiple guys like that they can throw at him. So he's not getting no breaks at all.
They're guarding him. Castle is picking him up from. Not even letting him get across the court. He's picking him up as soon as he touched the ball. As soon as he gets
hold on. Let me make this point real quick because Jalen Brunson is hard to stop, but studying the game, being a student of the game, I see how they stopping him. Now, I want to make a point of being the POA defender using a half court line as a defense. Like they use it like an out of bounds line. They get in Jalen Brunson right before he cross half court or before he even get to half court, and they playing defense from there. They're not letting him get to the 3-point because he could stop and pop from the 3. Like they slowing down a lot of his offense, so they're not able to run a fluent offense through a Jalen Brunson. That's why I was telling a Knicks fan that I used to do a podcast with T-Time, like, yo, if McCall have these having a lot of cardio, they not going to be able to win. The bench is not going to be enough. They finding how to slow down Jalen Brunson. If they're not going to be able to, and this is the joy that I have as a Nets fan, is knowing that if the game is on the line and they got to rely on McCall, Bridges, Brunson,
they just don't have enough scoring.
Hold on, he asked me. I had said something to him, Brooklyn Ellen, and then he was like, "I'm salty," and I told him the method to my madness is the fact that we was beating the Knicks before he came on the team. Soon as he come on the team, we lose, and he making commercials with Josh Hart. So I wasn't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
Go ahead, Leaf. You and Brooklyn Ellen, go ahead. I just wanted to say that.
I got. There's something that's really bothering me, bro, because if we talking about not picking no little itty bitty ass nigga at no damn one and having him run our one, then nobody up here, like I feel like it's a whole bunch of us that don't believe in the 6'9" nigga that we already got on our team. And that's Jaguar.
Here too, not a one.
I don't think it's.
Why do we keep saying that, bro? So we don't think he could get better at being a point guard at all.
Leave. Let me say this. I don't think it's necessarily. I don't necessarily look. I'll say this, right? If you had Dylan Harper coming into the league and you had Jaguar, and the Nets had a chance and opportunity to draft Dylan Harper, respectfully to Jaguar's development, that's my one. I'm not saying now for me, I'll say this. I'm not saying Jaguar isn't going to get better. I think that if he's better going up in his second year with ball handling, if he's better at putting pressure on the rim, if he's better at the ball handling capabilities of setting guys up, yeah, that's our one for the future. So, yes, he's won that.
Can
I agree with that, and maybe if you get McCall,
that's the problem.
You can explore McCall.
Don't nobody believe in him. Don't nobody believe in him.
I believe in him.
Don't nobody know. They don't believe in him because if we believe in him, we wouldn't be talking about no fucking point guards.
Leaf, it's not a lack of
belief. Point guard. He won't come after two.
Leaf, it's not a lack of
belief in him at the one, bro. And we should. This shit is disgusting.
It's not a lack of belief. It's the fact you got to look at this roster. The East is not weak anymore. The Nets have to make at least one or two big moves, one via draft, one via the open market to try to propel ourselves forward. Listen, you and I like Danny Wolf. I talked a lot of good of what he did. Drake Powell, I still believe him, but he has to be more confident. Jaguar, three guard, you the man, Jaguar. Like I was very hard on him too, but it's like these guys need an alpha to propel their games forward because asking them this sophomore season without much improvement to do this all on their own, it's crazy minded. If you get an A cup from Mikal Brown, you have an alpha player, either one of them who can help coordinate the offense of this team. Like we need coordination right now. It's not even about whose game is going to get dramatically better. It's who's going to organize and get everybody set up for success. We don't have that guy right now. I thought it was Jaguar, but day one, we get this guy. He says, I'm not a point guard. I'm a wing scoring guard. So we have to go with what we got right now. Yeah,
I don't think it really matters what he says, bro. Like I think it's what I believe. If none of us in here believe that we're going to no play-in or no playoffs, everything in here should be about getting the players that we have on our team better. It's just that simple, bro. Like everything should be towards that. Us fantasizing now that we at number 6 about Darius Acuff or Mikal Brown coming in here and just taking up the reins because of what they did in college, bro. Guess what? At some point, Jaguar was top 5 in his draft. He fell, bro, because injury or whatever the case may be, bro. Like the fact that that's all it took. That's all it took, and then lack of ball handling with that injury. That's all it took for us to not believe in him at the one. Is crazy to me.
Bro, I see.
To be fair, Acuff and Mikal is better ball handlers than Jaguar.
You guys say something.
Let me say this real quick.
What I'm saying is the comfort zone, bro. I'm not saying I don't believe in him. I don't think that's the equivalent of me not believing in him. I see his comfort zone. He like to catch and shoot. He's not comfortable putting the ball on the floor. I'm not saying he won't learn that. I do think that he will learn that. But at the end of the day,
he gotta earn it.
That being said, we will be passing on a Darius Acuff Jr. because we feel like we got to solidify a point guard at Jaguar don't win. Now we got 30 people watching. Now I'm gonna do a poll and we're gonna ask because it's not just
Bro, I
about
just
what's
want
on the panel, it's about the with the chat too. We're gonna figure out how many of y'all see Jaeger at the 1 and how many of y'all see him at the 2. To me, he's a 2 guard. He's a catch and shoot player. That's
Joey, what do you want to say, Joey? Joey, what do you want to
all
say?
I just wanted to say these two things. I'm not saying that I don't believe in Jaeger, but if Jaeger wants to be the one on this team, he's gonna have to prove it. Period. It's nothing
Right.
given. You know what I'm saying?
What I think
Hold on,
is
hold on. Secondly,
go ahead.
there's been another name that's been floating out there, and Eric Slater brought him up and said he might be a sleeper. Braden Berrios is his name.
Yeah,
Braden Burry,
Yeah, that
Nah,
he might
man.
be.
D10BR was talking about him too.
Yeah, that he
Yeah.
might be a
I heard
guard
about him.
that might sneak by, and he might be somebody that the Nets and other people are looking at that are not on a lot of people's radar. So
My whole thing is that the entire offseason before the draft lottery even came about, we was all sold that we needed athleticism to pair with the quote unquote connector players on this team. Now that we done failed a 6, like I kind of knew what was gonna happen. That now it's like, oh, yo, the best player gonna be on the board is Darius Acuff. The best player gonna be on the board is Mikal.
But okay, I hear you. But okay, AJ DeBonshire, who we wanted as far as athleticism, the athleticism that you saying that the Nets fans are looking for, where do we find it besides AJ DeBonshire? Like, where in the draft do we find it besides AJ DeBonshire?
Who do you want to draft, Leaf? If you want to go with a wing, who is it? Ament Lopez?
Mikal is the
it's not-
athletic guard out of
I'll be
all,
honest with
to
you,
me,
bro.
out of all of
I'll
them.
be honest with y'all, bro.
Who is it,
I'll be
Leaf?
honest with y'all, bro. Like a couple of y'all up in here said, bro, yo, if they pick Mara, bro, like a lot of us, like nobody will really be mad. I'm okay. I'm all right with it. Maybe not at 6, but the thing is, we reached high on Jaeger at 8 because we probably should have took goddamn Queen. When we reached high on him,
Leaf, if we choose Mar, they're going to go after an Austin Reeves or John Morant. You just know Sean is that idiotic to do something like that. Like, that's the negative with choosing Mar is who's still going to be that guy you're going to get to add to his team. We're going to overpay somebody at that point or take on a low budget player. Like that's
the
thing is, I don't know that for sure. I'm just sticking to the trajectory that we've been doing on picking up late 2-year contracts like Ben Simmons or like MPJ and kind of pairing that with it, bro. Like the best scenario for us this offseason in terms of a trade is Zion, and I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to that shit.
The problem with where we're at 6, and this is why I didn't think we shouldn't have used 5 picks. If anything, if we had 3 last year, cool. The problem with the Nets being at 6 is that the best players there are guards. That's the problem. And if you didn't choose so many guards last year, maybe you wouldn't be having an issue.
So should we move? So should we move up? Should we call up Chicago?
They're not.
Nobody is moving out of the top 4. That's my thing. I think realistically, the only chance that you have is either Caleb Wilson dropping or just getting BPA. You don't have the luxury of saying, oh, it's not like we have a freaking Kay Cunningham on the team and it's like, oh, we don't need to go to guard. Okay, let's get Nate Ament here. No, it's not how this works. You go get the BPA.
I just mentioned Chicago. I've heard that Chicago might be willing to entertain the 15th pick with Patrick Williams to a team like Brooklyn for Nick Claxton. If that's something they're offering me, I'll consider it because at 15, you could probably get a Dayton Quintance or some type of big or wing player
like
that
Cameron
you need.
Carr, something like that. Somebody at the 15.
Yeah, if you want to justify getting Cameron Guard with the 15th pick, I'm with you there. So if that's something the Bulls want to do, I'm open to it. But the Bulls are no way in hell going to trade a 4th pick for whatever we got. So their best bet is either trading Claxton for a bad contract like Williams, but you're getting the 15th pick as consolation. Like, if that's a deal on the table for us, I'll take that because we want to move over Claxton for 1, and we want to get a wing or center upgrade in the middle of that draft. That could be one of the Nets' best plays because Claxton really doesn't have that value, but you can get the 15th pick in a bad contract, which maybe Patrick Williams has something redeeming on his team, but really to get a big or a wing with that 15th pick, that's how the Nets have all their assets. and use them wisely. So, like, that's what I would do. I would get the point guard and then try to get a wing or a big in the middle of this draft. Sean Marks can do it. He just has to use the assets at his disposal properly, which he can't do, unfortunately.
You better off getting 6 and 15 than getting in the top 4. That's
Right.
what
I
I'm
think
hearing.
if the league is already going in big guards, bro, like I think we gotta trust that Yegor is gonna get better, bro. Like at creation and shooting, his shooting then got better substantially. We gotta trust that he gonna make leaps as an offensive talent and as an overall talent, bro.
I don't think that's the problem. I don't think that's the problem, though. I think to Joey's point, yes, he has to earn it. I think that's 100% correct. He has to earn it. As much as I liked what he did his rookie year, he has not shown me that he's good with league guard capabilities. Now, in summer league, we will see. In the regular season, we will see. If Yegor and Mikal can play a backcourt, or Acuff and Yegor, whoever can play a backcourt, he's better at the league guard capabilities. Maybe you can explore an option of Mikal and Yegor in the backcourt. Okay, we can put Yegor at the one and see how that works.
Athletic enough.
I don't think. I mean, we don't got a choice. I mean, this is the guy you picked. You got to develop him. You got to be thrown out there. Like I just if Mikal is the guy for them, I can see like, Mikal having more of the responsibility because he's a better ball handler.
I feel like at some point or another, Yegor and Danny Wolf is going to be starting on this basketball team. The thing is figuring out what spots that they need to be in, bro. Because if I'm pairing Yegor in the backcourt with Darius Acuff, I'm gonna get chewed up like a piece of steak. If I pair him with Mikal, I feel a little bit better. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I don't know what the Clippers is thinking. I don't know what other teams. I don't know what Sacramento is gonna do. So realistically, I'm not sure. So if Sacramento somehow moves up in the draft, that means that they will probably move to what, 5 to get Acuff?
Well, and then I'm hearing Mikal got promised a team, so that's why he cut off his workout. So somebody at that range is probably determined on taking Mikal. I don't know if it's us. I don't know if it's Sacramento. I don't know if it's
the only thing I'm hearing about is Sacramento. Yo, bro, Yegor is not a wing. He ain't that athletic, bro. Please.
They want to make him a positionless player, though. That's what he's doing.
Let's call it what it is. Like he was too much of a pass first. Let's call it what it is when he played the point guard. He was too much of a pass first point guard. The defense knew what was coming. They knew he was going to pass the ball, bro. He was not surprising anybody. He wasn't aggressive enough. He wasn't attacking the basket enough. He wasn't getting inside the He wasn't getting inside the 3-point line enough, and he wasn't getting paint touches enough. This is why he shouldn't play the point guard. But I tell you this, when he was behind,
that's just based on the coaching style, bro. No, I'm not doing that.
I have a carry over to what Breezy's saying, because you guys remember, I was advocating for Yegor to be the one. Breezy remembers, but I remember when Nolan came back up and he started playing well, Yegor said the first night they started together in the backcourt, he said, I love Nolan, man. He makes my game and my job a lot easier. When he basically gave the reins over to a guy like Nolan, it's like, okay, Yegor doesn't want to be the one, but maybe he'll be a 2 and eventually a 2-3 type combo guard wing. If that's what he wants to do, okay, but that's what Breezy's getting at. Is like, we all thought Yegor was going to take the bull by the horns, but he said, if you get me a solid point guard, I don't mind being an off-ball player and a wing. So if that's what he wants to do, fine. But if he's not the one, you got to find the one, is what we're getting at.
Look, man, look, at this point, bro, I feel like it's no shame in it, because if Sacramento moves up in this draft and they somehow move to 5 or 4 and they whatever pick that they go at, and they go get Acuff like they wanted to get Acuff because they got somebody in the front office that believe in them, and they get him at 4, and then Mikal goes at 5. Then we left with Wagler and damn who else? Wagler, goddamn Flemings and a whole bunch of other players that we not even looking at, and then we still ain't got no choice, but we gotta take one of them. My thing is, bro, like, we probably even more screwed coming in than we was when the draft lottery hit. Like, my thing is, bro, like, at some point we gotta put our name in the hat to make some type of move shake. I really want to see what this roster looks like a week before opening night, and then I'm going to firmly make my. I know for a fact the way our roster is constructed right now, Yegor and Danny Wolf at some point are going to be starting. I know that.
Right.
Well,
Right,
Yego's
so
starting already, so
let's
I think it's
stay
more
there.
so on Wolf.
Let's stay there, and we going again because I wanted to talk to Leaf about this. Just put more emphasis on Danny Wolf and how they're going to implement or how they should implement him in the office. Now, I'm not saying Danny Wolf is the number one option, but again, I do want to see him make the leap to 12 to 15 shots a game. The way it was lopsided last season with MPJ just taking a bulk of the shots, it was nasty work. It wasn't basketball. It wasn't basketball. I'm trying to rewind and say, oh yeah, that was
bro. We was tanking, bro. Anything that happened last year don't count to me, bro.
Right. But no, I'm just talking about this for the sake of the shot attempt conversation. Like how many shot attempts Danny Wolf should be taking. And I think he could do facilitating. I expect him to be he'll be better in the second year. I think he averaged 5 assists. I want to see 14 points and 5 assists from Danny Wolf. 6 rebounds. That's what I'm looking to see. I think he could be instrumental in the offense. I don't think he needs to be a 20-point scorer to see the best out of Danny Wolf. I think you get 17 and 6. That's the best I could see from a Danny Wolf next season. You know what I'm saying? If he gives it 17 and 6, that's how I want them to implement Danny Wolf in the office. And hold on, John, I just want to say this about Yegor. Last season, I think he took like 7 3-pointers a game. And I mean, his majority of his shots came from 3-point shots. You know what I'm saying? He was heavy on the 3-point side. And I want to see him develop a post game. I'm not even looking for him to have a handle. I'm looking for him to take advantage of mismatches. If he got a smaller guard, a point guard, Jeremiah Fayez or Keontae George on the post, yeah, I need you to give him straight post work. You would do 6'9"? Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that come with strength, Breeze, and I think that's what he's doing, working on this off season. Like
this is where the Zion thing really comes into play. Because if you want Danny Wolf to start, he's likely to be more your 5 than your 4. He's not athletic enough or defensively solid enough to be a 4. So if you get that type of wing that's athletic, a solid lob there, because Danny Wolf's best superpower is when he's a playmaking point center, a terminology I used a lot, this past season with him, because he can't be a 4. But if you have a solid wing next to him, you can allow Danny Wolf to run different sets for your team. Like when Danny Wolf can get down the court, man, it's phenomenal basketball. Like our best basketball was played when he was actually our point center. But if you do get an A cup for Brown, you can divvy up the responsibilities. Like on some plays, one of them is driving the ball, or in other plays, Danny Wolf is bringing it down the court. But you find the complementary wing to protect his weaknesses, Danny Wolf could be a star in the NBA, but until you find that perfect complementary power forward component to Wolf, there's no chance Wolf could start, though, unfortunately. So if they do want to make Wolf a starter, you got to 1, move Claxton, and 2, go get that wing in the draft or on the market if you want Wolf to start.
That's real shit. Hold on. We're going to see how CJ feel about that. CJ, what you got on all of this,
man?
I just really tapped in, bro. I ain't hear everything.
What's up, Jay, man? What's up, y'all, man?
We're going to go to CJ, then Jay. I call.
Oh, my fault.
Hey, Jay.
What's good, man?
I know you fresh off that different show.
Man, I ain't really got too much to say, man. I ain't want to get work up talking like these damn guys. I don't know what Sean Mark's gonna do. I don't know who we getting. I'm just gonna wait to see who we draft and come out and have this conversation. But to John's point, yeah, you do gotta have somebody like athletic enough for Danny Wolf to be in the starting lineup. So I will agree with that. But far as like everybody else go, I can't say too much until I see who we draft. Because I don't trust Sean Mark to draft McHale or them damn A-Cup. To be honest with you, if y'all really want me to be honest, I don't even think we even gonna draft either one of them two.
Son. Keep it really real, son.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna draft either one of them two. I think it's gonna be our Nate Ament and Karim Lopez. And to be honest with you, I'm telling y'all, so I don't want y'all to get y'all hypes up with the stuff because I already know what it's gonna be.
Could be Nate Ament.
If it's Karim Lopez, sell the team.
John, I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna go. If Nate Ament, it's gonna be out of. See, if Karim Lopez beat Nate Ament, whoever in that little workout shit, then we gonna draft Karim Lopez.
If If Ament crushed him in this workout and Sean Marks still drafts Karim Lopez, this team
we gonna do what? We
This
gonna
team
do
is
what?
doomed. If we draft Karim Lopez, if Nate Ament had a great workout today and Sean Marks still drafts Lopez over him, it's just disgusting, man. Like Sean Marks doesn't know talent at that point.
I think Marks is a Nate Ament guy. I will say that. But if Kareem Lopez went crazy in that goddamn workout, that's who he gonna draft. I don't think he's gonna draft another point guard. I just don't see it.
I think they trade in for Kareem Lopez. If they really want him, I think they'll try to trade back in the draft. I don't know if
it seemed like a trade back move to me. I don't see us using one pick in this draft, and I see probably Saraf in a trade for somebody during or after the draft or something like that. But I like. It's just a lot of things in this off season coming up as a whole. That's just so many question marks, bro. Like, and I feel like, bro, like, everything that we doing is just like shaded to black. We don't know who's gonna be better. We don't know who's gonna take up the reins. We don't even know who we picking. We don't even know bro. We days away. We probably a couple of weeks away from the draft. We don't even know if we getting the guy that we said we getting.
Yep, and that's the thing, Lee. That's why I want to talk my head up about it. Cause I look, to be honest with you, Lee, I already know we're not even gonna draft number Kel or A Cup. A Cup. I already know how Sean Marks works. So that's why I hate even that's why I'm not getting my hopes high with that stuff, man. That's why
we're gonna make him draft for those guys because the Brooklyn Base have been making their voices heard since draft lottery night. So if Sean Marks don't check his whatever type of social media he has, he should just get out of Brooklyn. Like this guy is so bad at decision making. He had 50 scouts last year. He couldn't even draft 5 complete players on this team. They were all guards. Guard. Like if he screws this up, there's no way to make this team better until he is fired. Like Pod says, once this guy is fired, then you have somebody new with an actual vision to fix this team. Like Sean Marks' vision, really, it's Euro basketball. That doesn't apply in the NBA physical Americano basketball world. Like the fact he thinks undersized bigs are it. He thinks guards that are positionless that actually aren't positionless is it. Like it's crazy to me. Like we've all talked in great detail about what this team needs to fix it. But this guy always seems to go the opposite direction because he thinks he has a million cat lives because Joe Tsai will never, ever question his job security, which should have happened by now. Like just make the easy decision. Draft one of these guards and trade up for a wing or big. It's not that hard. An elementary kid could do this draft if they want to right now. The right way.
And I just want to say this one thing. I do believe Igor gonna take another leap. I believe Danny gonna take I believe a lot of these guys can work on their game. But I damn sure believe Igor gonna take another leap. Now for him, I just want him to I ain't asking him to have them damn Kyrie handles. I'm not asking him to do that. I just want him to get better with his ball handling, bro. You're gonna need some type of damn ball handling in the NBA, bro. And then you gotta learn how to get to the rim. If he can learn how to do that,
I think it's possible with the right amount of space. Like the way I see Jordy coaching, I see him coaching with more spacing than anything, bro. Like I don't see him having somebody that's gonna clog up the lanes. I'm sick and damn tired of Claxton on this team, bro. Because the offense ain't shit, bro.
Right.
Like especially in the half court set, bro. Like every time I see him at the top of the key setting that same dumbass screen or getting the same dumbass dribble handoff and trying to dive, bro, like and ain't nothing there. I'm sick of that shit, bro. Like, yo, I like at this point, bro, like if we ain't gonna draft the big, just throw Danny Wolf at the damn 5. Who cares?
I would say this, Lee.
Bro?
I'll put him at the 4 and put Sharp there. I would do that. Me personally, I would do that.
I'm not. Dayron don't have the. Dayron gonna get a foul trouble dumb quick.
Both of them will. Danny Wolf did get a bit of foul trouble from some games we watched. You do not want 2 bigs that are very similar in defensive weaknesses. Keep Dayron as your backup and go get a wing like a Zion. Like this isn't hard. Claxton made a protected first for Zion. There you go. Like if Sean Marks thinks he's gonna get more alongside Zion, like just a waste of time. Like if you put Zion and Wolf together, that's a fun front court. If you keep MPJ for 1 more year, I'll live with the 3-point shots he gives you. But that's a more fun front court than Claxton Clowney getting devoured by the big meow Carthy Towns every night. Like that front court has to change. And Kareem Lopez, his biggest his skill set is he's 50% from field goal, from mid-range. But we know how Jordy likes to run with the three-point offense, and his three-point shot is in the 30 percentile. That's a huge drop-off,
He
50 to
was shooting
30. So
40%.
I don't see how that guy makes our team any
I don't know.
better.
I don't know how his 3-point shot dropped. He was shooting 40%. That's
It
crazy.
said 33% on when I was looking at the stat line. It's 50% from mid range is great, but as you guys know, they're trying to get away from mid range shots. So what Lopez is good at, it doesn't exactly apply to what this team's trying to do, which we all admit it's pretty bad what they're trying to do. So
So,
if
John,
you're
what
going
about
to
Nate
reach on
Ament?
anybody, reach on Ament if you trade up for him, but don't choose at 6.
I don't know what Nate Ament. I don't get that. Maybe they just like him because he shoot threes or his potential or something.
No, they're going to use him since we drafted all of our guards already. Now we need a wing. No,
What's the motion on drafting Morrow?
The only problem is, Lee, if you draft him, Austin Reeves, John Morant, like March is going to make a Looney Tunes move to justify why he drafted a center and not a 2 option at the worst. Like, that's where that path is leading down towards.
But is it really, or is that more of a thing to like make sure Danny Wolf is in the lineup because he could play with a big at the 5 and he could play the 4? Can he?
So Wolf and Morrow. It could work, but I don't think it's going to work like that. Like it's going to be a learning curve. Those two together.
But what are we?
You got to go in some type of direction. Bro.
What are we looking for to work, bro? In this off season, bro? Like we're not making the playoffs. We're probably not making the play-in.
We have to listen, it is play-in or bust next year. I'm setting a bar for this. If I'm going to start off this shitty expectations.
We're not making no damn play-in, bro.
We are making the play-in if this organization actually does the right thing and makes the wise decisions for once.
And what's the right thing and the wise decision?
Choose a point guard with your lottery pick and trade up for a winger big. We have 30 picks. Like, come on. If this guy can't trade up in this draft, him and his whole front office should get the hell out of Brooklyn. You have all the picks
up in this draft. Trading up for this in this draft and going to get one of the 2 wings that one of these wings that we supposed to be working out isn't the option that I had in mind. I think we picked up enough rookies, even though yes, we did pick up a lot of guards. Yes, we did pick up a lot of guards in last year's draft. But I feel as if, bro, like you had to have a certain motion and combination if you want to get your team right back on path right away. It's got to be a certain level of mid-tier 22 to 26-year-old players that's been in the league a couple of years. There's got to be some 28 to 29, 26 to 29-year-olds that's been in the league for over 5 years, bro. Like you have to have a certain combination and a certain preferability of how you want to build a roster and what playing style we want to have. I think we're closer to having a playing style, bro. We're moving closer and closer to the playing style of the 2025 Indiana Pacers. That's what I see, bro. Like I really do.
Too. I see that too.
Like, I don't really see it. Like the reason being is because everything is predicated on drive and kick anyway, and we probably had it not been for Claxton, we probably would be running a 5 out. That's what they ran. They basically ran a 5 out, and they had Halliburton, who really wasn't that good of a ball handler, but was good enough of a passer and good enough of an extension playmaker, good enough of a hockey assist guy to extend plays. And you had another guard with him in a Nembhard. I see that, bro, with Yegor and damn Danny Wolf because they both are connectors. They both are players, bro, like that could find open men and all they really need is space. All they really need is the right spacing on the court. To me, I think this shit works.
But wouldn't it be easier to have the alpha to coordinate and let them still play freely? Like you can run different sets. Like just because we do draft an alpha like an A-Cup or Mikael Brown because of alpha, you can still run plays to those other 2 guys. Because let's remember, we want to play this connective positionless basketball where it's not just one guy driving everything. Maybe it could be different sets and different plays throughout different points in the quarter. So we can make that work, but you definitely need that one guy to really unlock everybody's games. We don't have that guy right now. Currently, it's Nick Claxton and Curious Mike. Like that's atrocious. So if you could get away from that, already right then there, our direction gets a million times better if you draft one of those guards. So I hear what you're saying, Leaf. Like I want to believe these sophomores are going to take big jumps, but you need something a little extra to really push that forward because the East is not weak next year. The Nets have to fight for a play, and there's no, let's just barely get there and be a bottom three team. We can't be anymore because of new taking rules. So if you want to be middle mediocre, you can aim for that, but I'll aim for a playing spot to make some noise and put Brooklyn back on the map.
But John, I'll be honest with you, bro. In terms of the alpha, bro, like I think it's only according to the setup. None of us believe Tyrese Halliburton was a superstar, but he looked like it because the team was built enough around him to where a lot of his strengths, bro, could be on a high octane, and then a lot of his weakness could be hidden. That's what we believe, bro. And then that team fell apart in 1 year after he got injured, and then Miles Turner went to Milwaukee, and that team fell all the way to the bottom. But they really tanked, but they really fell all the way to the bottom realistically in the beginning of the season. My thing is that I feel like we're going to more towards that path where we're having a guy that fits with all the right pieces, bro, and we have a connectors that fit with all the right pieces. We just probably need to add an athlete or maybe an athlete or one or two, bro, like to continue to put the pieces together and to have one of them seasons where we're like, okay, now we got a system, now we know what we're doing, we got a style that we want to play, and this is how we're doing it, bro. Even though some of our go-to players may have weaknesses, we could work on them weaknesses later, but their strengths is going to be enhanced because you have players that they can connect with. That's what I see for Danny Wolf, and that's what I see for Jaeger. But to continue, just to land the plane, right? In terms of Darius Acuff, this is a certain type of team that has to be built around him. I don't think we have the pieces.
I agree. I want to stay with you with the Wolf, but again, how do you have Wolf and Zion coexisting? They on the floor at the same time? How you see that happening?
That shit is easy, bro. Like just bro. Zion already plays off a dribble handoff curls, and nobody gets in his way when he's downhill. That shit is simple, bro. Like a Danny Wolf can play with any damn downhill player in this league. Any downhill. He could play with any drop box player. He could play with any step out and shoot to the 3-point line player. He could play with any drive and kick player. That he's that good of a passer, bro. All you got to do is just put the player around him is able to finish around the basket. That's all you got to do. The Pacers got Pascal Siakam. They marched right to the finals.
Okay. All right. So shit. We ain't hear from Jay, man. Jay on the panel. What up, Jay?
Hey, Jay.
Yo, what's good, y'all? How y'all?
Chilling, man. I missed that show, man. They let me catch it in the playback, but I don't know. It gave me a hard time to watch the lives itself.
Yeah. I was trying to get you on the show earlier, but you didn't pick up the phone.
Yeah,
but I figured you was probably home and shit, so I was trying to see if I could get a special guest, Big Fan Breezy appearance. But nah, you too Hollywood now, know what I mean? And then nigga done got 1,000 subscribers, and he too bougie for my show.
Yeah, nah, my daughter had my phone.
Nah, it's so great. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, nah, but that's what happened. And when I seen that I missed your call, I realized you started the show already. It was like after 9.
Yeah.
But how was the show though? How was the show?
It was good. And I mean, a couple of the homies was on there. They was trying to talk about the Knicks the whole time, so I was shitting on them the whole time. You know what I mean? And then we also talked about some other shit. But word, good show. If y'all ever free on Tuesdays and y'all got an Instagram, pull up at 9:00. We always talking about some different shit. You know what I mean? And word. It's a different show. Where every week it's a different show.
Yeah, no facts. That's what's up. Yo, but Jay, just tell them about your avatar. Can you just tell them about the backstory to the avatar?
What? That's just that's a trading card. That's a Brooklyn Nets trading card. That's me on the joint. Know what I mean? We got that at practice in the park. Know what I mean? And you know. I think it's a dope little picture, know what I mean?
That's facts. That's facts.
And somebody else tried to steal my pose after that. They seen me do the pose with the Brooklyn like that. Then they tried to steal that pose for their picture. But it's all good. So if you see anybody else with one of those, just know they stole my pose. You know what I mean?
The swag on the corner because you left it there?
My swag is on the court. I always leave it there. Nah, yo, why I played a game of Utah earlier, Bree? That's what I was calling you for too. I went to the
Oh,
park.
so
I went to the park at 7 o'clock, bro, because it was
yeah,
still nice out. It was still was bright and sunny outside. And
facts.
little dudes challenged me to a game of Utah. Whoop they ass.
Challenge me. He trying to challenge me.
Right. Challenge.
Yeah, yeah. That's when you play by fives and get to 100. That if people don't know.
Right. You know, some people call it 21, some people call it different things. But the kids definitely challenged me. Like, hey, mister, you wanna play Utah? And at first I told them no. I'm like, yeah, I'm just doing my
So
shooting
that's that
drills out
Brooklyn
here.
shit.
I'm like, I'm just doing my shooting drills out here, get some cardio going back in the house. But they was just standing there watching me and looking like sad that they couldn't play. So I'm like, nah, I gotta let the youth play some ball. Gotta
Yeah.
if I gotta whoop their ass to give them a good time, it's all good.
So hold on. They had their own ball, or you was the only
Nah,
one
they
with a
ain't have no
ball?
ball. I had a ball.
Okay. All
So
right. Yeah,
I felt
appreciate
bad that they was just watching. So I had to give them some work.
Nah, for sure. You did Lord's work today, man.
Right.
Word. What you think about that shit last night, man? With the fans and Spurs fans and the Knicks was doing the most with that shit. You seen that?
Yo, Knicks fans are disgusting. I've been said that they're heathens, they're cretins, and they don't deserve a basketball team because what they were doing to those Spurs fans out there. I told you, I saw it the other day. They was doing it to Atlanta Hawks fan. They're not even playing the Hawks. They ripped the jersey off the man back. Now they jumped every Spurs fan they saw, hitting people with bus stop signs. Like, yo, they don't. Those knickers don't know how to act, man.
It's crazy, man.
It's disgusting, bro. Not good for basketball.
And
Not good for the
this is the
city.
fan base, and this is the fan base, and this is the ownership that's about to be rewarded a championship, quote unquote.
Why you think they're gonna get
Really?
rewarded? I think it's a reverse sweep now.
I think it is too, but at the same time, I gotta see it to believe it, bro. Like I
Yo,
think the
bro, that
Spurs
last
now.
game two, they got through by the skin of their teeth. Luckily, because Stephon Castle wasn't paying attention when Wimby passed him the ball. They won that by the skin of their teeth. I don't think they win in another game. The
I
first
don't think
game,
they want to. I don't think if they get two in the Garden, going back to San Antonio 2-2.
I think they
I
winning the chip.
don't know.
I
I
think they
don't
If
winning
think.
they
that.
if they
I ain't
win
gonna lie
and
to
they
you.
win Wednesday,
If they
they're winning the
if they
series.
get the game four somehow, some way, I think this is a 4-2 sweep, bro. Anytime you lose four straight games, bro, and a team in less than 8 days, bro, like yo, that's a sweep.
And then game six, if they win game five,
Game six is back in the
game six,
Garden.
you like exactly, and you're not telling that team we can't
I
finish
think the
this in the
Knicks'
Garden.
confidence is shot by then.
Yeah, there's a
But at the
couple
same
reasons
but
why I think the Knicks are going to lose. One, because they haven't lost the game in a long time, and I feel like this one is going to shock them, and then they're going to fall apart. Two, I feel like I said, they already was looking shaky after winning that one game. The second game they won by the skin of their teeth. They didn't win because they played better. They won because the Spurs made like three crucial mistakes at the end of that game. That's the only reason why they won. So if the Spurs
You
pay
could
more attention to
argue
detail, good.
you could argue that San Antonio technically should be up 3-0. Like regardless, like throughout two of the games, bro, they was in the lead. Like they were dominating. It's just to Jay's point, dumb turnovers and dumb mistakes keep the Knicks in the game. They're able to come back due to dumb turnovers, dumb mistakes, which could be just youth. You know what I'm saying? But guaranteed, San Antonio, if not for those dumb mistakes that they were doing, it could arguably be 3-0. Like the Knicks ain't been beating them, trashing them down game one and game two. Game one, they won by 10. Game two, they won by 1 point. Like this team is evenly matched. I just think for San
And I feel
Antonio,
like
they
they are
needed.
downloading information after every game. They're looking better after every game. They're learning the Knicks game plan after every game. And they even said it. They are the more talented team. They should be winning these games. But the Knicks are a more experienced team. They've been playing together longer, all of that shit. But just when it comes to pure talent, the Spurs are a more talented team.
Oh, without a doubt. I just think that jumping shit is corny. Like, let niggas watch their team. Let them, you know what I'm saying? They pay money for them tickets to go into the Garden to watch their team. I just think the jumping shit is corny. Like, y'all niggas don't know what to do, how to act. Like, y'all bugging out on Bryant Park. Niggas is hitting each other with sticks.
Yo, you seen
Riot
them
police
attack?
got to come out.
The team bus?
It
The
was
Spurs.
Knicks,
Yeah,
it
like
was Knicks fans.
they don't know
It
how
was
to
Knicks
act,
fans
yo. These
beating
niggas
up
don't
on
got no
each
home
other after
training.
the game, bro. Did you see the fat nigga in the cat jersey, bro, fighting for his life?
Yeah, with the you
They
talking about the one
they
that was hitting people with the bus
Yeah, I
stop?
seen that
Yeah,
shit.
bro, with the
yeah.
stop sign. Them niggas was turning into WWE out there, bro. Just like
That shit look
hitting
like
niggas
the
with stop
purge in
sign and shit.
Manhattan. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm like, yo, bro, like, yo, sooner or later, the NBA, all of these videos gonna go there. Like all of this chaos and everything that took away from the game, bro, like is gonna play into effect.
Leave.
And
I'm telling
everybody,
you, bro, they doing this because no disrespect to the other fan bases. Bro, these niggas is coming, Spurs fans, Indiana fans, these niggas is coming from other places, coming to New York, thinking shit is sweet. And they got the audacity to just, oh, we gonna pick on them. I'm telling you, if there is ever a Eastern Conference Finals between Net fans and Knicks fans, they are not playing that. We're not. Well, I think Net fans is not playing that shit, nigga. We from the same city. We
Yo,
know how niggas get down.
but
I
Pete,
exactly.
don't.
I
I
want
dare
y'all.
niggas to throw a
And
garbage can at
I
me.
Listen,
think, but I think that's the
hold
reason
on.
why the Knicks and the Nets ain't gonna never be in the damn conference
Right.
finals game against each
Hold
other.
on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Look, I want y'all to see look, not just our words, but this is actual visual of some of the stuff that was happening last night. Again, like I said, if they good enough to give y'all Bryant Park, that's a whole city block. They giving y'all city blocks to just have fun. If y'all fuck that up by violating, like y'all, y'all can't say these are random attacks where y'all was just drunk and whatever. No, y'all were attacking specific fans that had on a Spurs jersey were getting it attacked. Y'all are becoming blatant. It's obvious. It's a big stain on the NBA, man. Y'all making this all the attention that y'all were getting to the finals. Y'all making it. The fans are making it bad by acting this way. You know what I'm saying? Because now fans from out of town is tourist money. The city ain't gonna get. They're gonna say fuck that. Why would I want to go there? You know what I'm saying? They violate it. You know what I mean? So I just think that this shit could backfire on them if they're not careful, man. Because they don't look careful. I heard 20-something people got arrested, 5 police officers got hurt. And some more shit, man. So
They don't know how to act, bro. These niggas acting like they ain't been to the finals in 53 years. So now they feel like it's an excuse to wild out and act out.
they lit a
Like, it's
chick
just
on
corny,
fire.
yo.
That's crazy. That's what the caption said. It said they lit a chick on fire. Yo, that is crazy. How you lighting people on fire because of a basketball game?
Imagine working in Manhattan and you got to come home. And this is the shit that's happening.
No,
Like,
that's
it's just wild, bro. I think they beat the Spurs fan. They beat him up bad, yo. Like, he was
yeah, I
bleeding
seen
from
that.
his mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
that
I
shit
don't
is
know.
violent.
Like, I just feel like it's just certain ways that you act. Like, it would be funny for them to be doing all of this, and then the Spurs knocked them out in like 6, and you was doing all that for no reason.
This them
But
going at the team bus. This is them going at the team bus. Look at the audio. On the bus, like you trying to Yo, that's not crazy. Yo, LM, that's come on, bro. They taking it too far, bro. Like
that look like the Chinese bus. I ain't gonna hold you. But I mean, I mean, at this point, though, like I don't think this is phasing San Antonio. Like I feel like they face worse with OKC. Like I just think that I mean it's crazy that what New York is doing, but I just don't think it's phasing them. They probably gonna go Wednesday, get another game in
Yo,
game
all
4.
weekend, everybody kept telling me, "Oh, it's no way they could win in the Garden because all of the energy from the fans."
talking shit, Jay.
Me personally, I'm like, did they say that when Michael Jordan came there? Did they say that when Kobe Bryant go there? Did they say that when Steph Curry go there? Like stars perform well in the Garden, first of
Right.
all, and
That's what I'm saying.
Career
and
highs.
it's easy to quiet the Garden. All you got to do is make some shots. Like Cam Thomas quieted the Garden.
That's a fact.
That's what I'm
Had the
saying.
Garden, you
Like
could hear a fucking mouse pissing on cotton after Cam Thomas hit that three. Like,
that's what makes their arena not hot. Like they, of course, if you cheering for the Knicks, if they on fire, yeah. But once you start going crazy as the opposing team, you can't hear nothing in the Garden. That shit is silent. And that's the fact of the matter. Like I just think those guys, in terms of San Antonio, bro, they just came out of a Game 7 series with OKC, which is probably one of the loudest arenas in the NBA.
I don't think that.
These
I
niggas
don't
just
think that arena. I don't think that arena pales into comparison to what they went through last night. That like
Nah, I don't.
last night. The reason being, last night was the most expensive ticket in the history of sports.
No,
That's
I'm not
these
talking about
the
that.
facts, bro.
Like,
but
I'm not
that's
talking about
also
that.
why
I
the real
mean,
fans wasn't in the building because it was too expensive for a real fan to get in there. Everybody in there wasn't screaming how they normally scream.
I mean,
no,
well,
I'm not.
don't get me wrong, bro. Like, I wasn't saying, I wouldn't say it wasn't no real fans in there. It was a couple of real fans that probably had that 7, 8 racks, and they burned it. They was just like, all right, those are part of the real fans group.
Yeah,
They
but
just
no,
sat all the way at the top.
Nah, the real fans was
They just
outside
sat
though.
all the
Them
way at the
niggas was
top.
not
That's
in
what it
the. I
was.
don't think they was in MSG.
But let's call it what it is. The fans that get into those finals, those any of the fans from anywhere, bro, those fans, they screaming to the top of their lungs. Those fans that pay $10,000, they be bougie fans. They be waiting for the camera to pan on them. And
Like you ain't see
know,
DJ Khaled, he in the front row on his phone.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like, he
That's what
wasn't
I'm
paying
saying.
to
Like,
get in.
Well, all right. If we talking about the front seat, to me, the only place that I could think of, bro, like that has that environment, even this late in the year, with like real fans, is Boston fans. Them niggas is out of control. I've been to Boston, bro, with a Yankee hat on, bro. Never again. I don't know why I did that. Like them niggas way out of control.
I just don't think I don't like the environment they were in last night. I'm not saying that it wasn't bad. I'm not saying this. I just don't agree that it's the worst they ever faced as compared. Like they're probably thinking, yo, like this nigga Wimby was getting freaking yelled at, slurs yelled at them. Like I just think for them, they like, yo, we just got out of a crazy fan base already. This shit light.
I think the OKC fan base is civilized as hell.
Yeah, I think so.
Nah, they are not civilized.
They're more in New Yorkers.
They might be on the
bro.
same
Go look at
scale
it last year,
Boston,
and I've been to Oklahoma already, bro. That fan base is civilized as hell. It's a lot of old folks coming to the game.
New York got one of the worst fan base. I mean,
no,
bro,
I'm
the Knicks
saying,
everybody.
It's tough. Everybody will tell you that.
The Knicks, New York, Boston, and Philly are some of the worst fan bases ever.
Ever. Ain't none of
I'm
them.
not saying
fan bases combined are
I
nasty.
agree. I'm just
New
saying.
York.
I agree. I'm just saying if I'm a Spurs player, and yes, I'm going through these things. Yes, I know it's New York. I know it's the worst fan base, but bruh, realistically, y'all ain't doing nothing new that we went through with the last series. Like,
Yeah,
cool, y'all want to do all that?
one thing I can say.
You hold up, LM. You talking in terms of the team that they played? That's what you're talking about, and that's what they focused on. I don't like the. Don't get me wrong. The fan base they probably blocked out because
the playoff environment. Like, okay,
yes,
if you're talking about the playoff environment, every environment is different. Every environment is different, but I promise you, they have never experienced nothing like they experienced last night. They was just locked in.
Yeah,
no. My point is they were down 3-2 to OKC. They were down with Minnesota. They were down in Portland. Yeah. Like the environment, the playoff environment themselves, they've been tested. So them going to MSG and trying to get a game, I don't think they're phased,
bro.
Like we've been through this before.
In OKC, they make all of the fans wear that same shirt or whatever. Like they be in unison out there. You can't make all the fans wear the same shirt in New York. Niggas is too concerned about their fit. They concerned about
Yeah,
what they got on
That's
to
true.
get to be unified behind their team like that.
that's true in
Like,
the East Coast. Period.
but
That's true in
OKC, they be
Boston,
making the
Philly.
whole section wearing certain shit. Like they make the arena look like it's different during the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of miss that. Like, I think OKC is doing it well. Like, everybody used to wear one T-shirt. The whole crowd is in blue or green, and it's like a wave of green and the players.
Right.
I just don't think they do that anymore, and I think that's really I feel what's missing. Like, I feel like they should get all teams to. I mean, of course, people not always gonna buy in. Like, I'm not wearing this shirt, but I feel like they
Man,
should get
in
back to
New
I
that.
York,
think I
niggas are
think
taking
different
that
is
shirt and they
cool.
gonna sell it on eBay after the game. So
I
they're
think
like, yo, this shit
difference
is
is
dead
cool.
stock, never worn.
I see. I ain't gonna lie. But Scott, what you think about what's going on with like this Knicks fans jumping Spurs fans, like this whole craziness going on
It
in
started
this
about 2
series?
years ago. I remember when Indy was beating the Knicks, and they beat that guy up and hit him with a garbage can. I said, you know what? That shit's going to get out of hand. Watch. It took a while. Every playoffs, it just kept getting worse and worse.
It's
And now
disgusting.
they just out of hand now.
Do we
You know,
think it's real Knicks fans doing it, or it's just like people that's riding the wave and trying to
it's
like?
antagonized. You know, people. There's always those people that they ain't really Knicks fans. They just, you know, want to start trouble. Looking at it as an opportunity.
They really ain't Knicks fans. They just there for the ride.
Yeah.
Nah,
That's what I'm
don't be
thinking.
Knicks fans.
I don't think they
No,
are,
some
bro.
of
They,
them
I don't
are.
think
Some
some of
of
them
them
are.
are.
I don't
no,
think it's
I
all
mean
of
Some
them.
of them are.
some of them could, but there's fans and then there's fans of their team winning, bro. Like the Knicks is in the shitter, they ain't out there. It's just that simple, bro. Like like that'll be the
So
perfect
when I
time to
say
spaz out when your
when
team
I
is
when I
losing.
say I don't like Knicks fans, these are the ones that I'm talking about. This is why I don't like them. Like so, those is the Knicks fans, bro. They don't have no control over themselves. They just say a bunch of dumb shit. They ignorant.
I just think they more civilized. I mean, I think the Nets fans has been more civilized for the past
Bro,
few years.
I don't. Nobody wowed out, bro. In Brooklyn, bro, when we got Katie and Kyrie, nobody.
Nope.
We was pretty chill, in
Like
my
everybody
opinion.
was chill, bro. Like the thing about it, this Knicks run is really ain't even for Knicks fans under the age of 40. It's really for the old heads. It's for
Right.
our elders, like elders in our families and shit. It's for them. This ain't for the young
Even
fan. This ain't for the none of these Deuce Triple O babies. It ain't for it ain't for the 90s babies. It ain't for
And
the 80s
especially for the
babies.
ones that ain't even from New York that just moved here 2 years
even
ago.
when we was in the playoffs and we was facing
None of
like,
these
I mean,
niggas
of course
live
we
in
made it.
Manhattan.
I mean, we never made it to the finals with that team, but I think even in the playoff environment when we were in the playoffs, like niggas wasn't going out there doing all of that, bro. Like we was
Yeah.
out there. I would think we was pretty chill. Like, oh, okay, we doing our thing. But just to see this, these niggas just acting crazy. They act crazy over every round. It's not just the finals. The first round when they went against Atlanta, they was bugging out.
Yep.
And I was
Mhm.
saying then, like, they need to chill. Niggas, it's just it makes maybe a mental thing. Maybe Knicks fans are just mentally not there. Like it may
Yo,
just be that.
hold on, y'all. We got bored online Detroit in the chat. I know we was talking about MPJ going to Detroit. We said that's all they need. Anytime I know that's a trade proposal that we was talking about. Do y'all still feel the same way? I just wanted to get a gauge on that so that we could go back and forth with the Detroit fans so that we could figure out is it a good thing to trade MPJ? I'm kind of hesitant. I'm not just trying to make them better. How does us trading MPJ?
Hold on. Let me say this real quick. If you draft Nate Ament, that's the MPJ replacement. That telling me you trading MPJ. If you draft Nate Ament, you telling me you trading MPJ.
You think Nate Ament is an MPJ replacement?
No, I'm saying if you draft him, that you telling me you trading MPJ.
Why? Because of the position?
Yeah, he sits in. You not MPJ. You not letting MPJ play no damn power forward,
Okay.
and you trying to
I think
compete.
you
Ain't no
might.
way in
I
hell.
think you may have to.
No, I'm with
That's
you.
what I'm saying. If you draft Nate, I mean, you telling me you trading MPJ?
I don't think I'm trading him. I think realistically, they knowing them, they're probably gonna put Nate at the 3 if you get him and MPJ at the 4. I don't agree. I don't think they should do that, but knowing them, they're probably gonna want to keep MPJ and have that be the lineup.
I ain't gonna lie,
But
LL, they gonna get crushed.
I mean, we're gonna get crushed regardless.
Right.
but I mean, it is what it is. I think you don't. If you want Nate Ament, I feel like he's a person you could trade back in for, not necessarily the guy you go with the first pick. But I mean, if they do go that route, or who knows, knowing them, Nate Ament might come off the bench.
Yeah,
Hold on,
that's why I feel like
But-
Jordy would do. Jordy would do some shit like that.
hold on.
You probably have him come off the bench.
You see, Board Online, he making it seem like y'all willing to come off Jalen Duren. I'm not saying that we want Jalen Duren, but
I don't want
How
him.
y'all feel about that?
I don't want Jalen Durant. That playoff shit, I feel like, hell no.
I mean, after his playoff series, people might be
Stock
off.
drop.
Yeah.
Stock definitely dropped. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, he better off going back anyway and redeeming himself. I think him and Cade work well. It's just he gotta be better next season. So
They would
Yeah,
want
his stock
I
dropped.
would rather. But to be fair though, even in all his playoff deficiencies, I for sure would rather him than Clax. That's a fact.
Oh yeah, but I just wouldn't want to pay him.
I
More than
let
Clark.
Wolf start. I'll let Wolf start for that.
We
Why you
should
say it
discuss.
like
We
that?
should
Wolf
try
is-
Wolf.
you don't think Wolf would be a good starter?
No, not say I would let Wolf start.
Okay.
That's class replacement, to be honest.
Yeah. So hold on. What do y'all think about this mock trade right here? It says next kid Zion Williamson and Jordan Poole. Pelicans get
No, I don't want Jordy Poole.
Oh
Don't send me
nah,
Jordy Poole.
don't send Poole over here. If you want Zion, cool. But
What if they're
3 Knicks
What if
picks?
they're
I'm
practice?
good, yo. Wait,
No, hell no.
so
I'm
the
not giving up that.
27 pick, 2027 first round pick, 2020. Man, you don't need all this to get Zion. Come on, yo. You do not need all of that to get Zion, man.
So this is we saying no to that?
I'm saying no to all those picks. That's crazy.
Okay.
Like you can buy low for Zion. Like if you're gonna get rid of Claxton, cool. Maybe send him maybe one first rounder. You know what I'm saying, or another player. But 3 first rounders, nah, I'm good with that.
Jordan Poole makes too much money, Brody.
Yeah, like nah.
I'm not.
If they send Fizz over, I'm with it. But you know what I'm saying. Other than that.
Yo, hold on, y'all. We got a Big Priest on the panel. I ain't get a chance to talk to Big Priest yet, and I definitely wanted to talk to him about Dylan Harper and him in the playoffs again. Like you called it, like I said, man, bro. If he was our point guard, bro, we could pick somebody like Nate Ament or somebody else, bro. We would
be solidified.
Over with.
We'd
For
be
real,
solidified.
Facts. So, Big Priest, talk to us. What you think about Dylan Harper in the finals, man? How you think he been doing?
I think he's been cooking whoever is in front of him.
What you say?
I think he's been cooking. I think he's been cooking whoever's been standing in front of him.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
Yo, you sound a little muffled, bro.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got a scarf on and you're talking through the scarf.
I don't know what that's about, but yeah. He's been cooking whoever. He's like we ain't doing the Knicks don't got no answer for him.
Yeah, I think he the
They
X
don't.
factor to beating in the
See him play in the Garden though.
Who got the
closest you
TV
gonna
on in
get
the
to-
back? Maybe that's what's fucking with.
Nah, hold on.
Funny thing is, seeing Dylan play in the Garden, funny enough, sadly enough, is the closest thing you're gonna get to him playing in New York. Yo.
I think that's I mean he already talked about him being at home and all that, so he already understands what that means. And he's been I know Wendy has been the best player stat wise, but to me he's been the most impactful Spur.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me ask you, what can they make Fox and Harper work, or how you see his career? Because he got to start sooner or later, bro.
Eventually, Fox or Harper going to have to get paid. That's when they're going to make that change. When Harper and Castle, because they're going to have to pay all three of them.
Which means Fox is the odd man out, man.
Yep. You can't pay all three.
Especially what Wemby about to be coming up on for his
Right.
contract.
Wemby's probably
Sheesh.
going to get like 65. And Castle and Harper, depending on, you know, what they, depending on what they're looking like, is that's going to be about 45, 50
Doesn't matter
apiece.
home or away that they will settle in.
So I think I like the way he's been playing. Yeah, that's the player I wanted, but we ain't get him. So
Yeah, gee, that's as close to I mean, he in black. It's just, not the black that we wanted. But it's about as close as we gonna get to seeing Dylan Harper.
You know what I'm. You know what
I
I
ain't gonna hold you. Dylan done made me low key a side Spurs fan.
I felt like they doing him a disservice with this Manu Ginobili shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
he's going to be somewhere to start.
You know who reminds me of him that's coming out? MBJ.
Michael,
He
Brown.
plays above the rim. He
I
was
don't
dunking.
I think
He
I don't
was
think he
dunking.
has. I don't think he has cerebral. Dylan is a cerebral player.
I understand. I understand he ain't just
offensively-
like him, but I'm just saying when he's around the rim, he's not doing a layup. MBJ is
McKellar's
looking,
for sure gonna
he's
boom
going to do
He's gonna
just
try to
what
boom
Dylan
him.
Harper did at the rim.
But Castle is more of the high flyer.
I'm talking
Dylan
about
plays
his
under the
jab.
rim more.
Who?
Dylan got the leg bag more than playing above the rim. I don't
look
see
at this
Dylan
shit.
as a high flyer.
Look what they did to this dude, man. Yo, listen, I wish they would try that shit with me with my Brooklyn shit on.
Bruh,
I
this is
swear.
crazy, bro.
I swear to God, they might whip my
Dude,
ass, but
it's
somebody
sad.
going to the hospital with me.
Bruh, they gonna
Yo,
have
I'm telling you, it's
guard
because
and
they
shit, bro.
they know not to test the people from the towns. Like, you can't test Brooklyn people or on trying to press them because we already know how y'all get down. We live in New York. They doing this because I feel it's Spurs fans that don't live in New York, so they don't know how New Yorkers get down.
Look at that fucking.
Like,
Yo, this
it's just
shit
it is what it
crazy,
is.
bro. My fault, I
But
ain't
jumping
mean
other players is crazy though. Jumping
Yeah, the
that's
fans, they ain't doing nothing but going to see the game, man.
This shit crazy.
like them watch parties is wild.
Yo,
They
that
jumping
shit
people
is
out the watch parties. They hitting people with bus stop signs, like
hitting them with garbage cans.
garbage cans. I think somebody broke off like a tree branch or was running around with a tree branch hitting people.
Yeah,
I don't
They
know.
real sad dudes, man. I don't get it. I know they ain't never see. We was in the finals in 2001 and 02, and the dude and we wasn't doing all that, bro. I mean, it's just nasty, bro.
They do, but Freeze. It's not even because it's I mean, yeah, you could say we in the finals, cool. They do this after every round, Round
Yeah,
one
they do that
in
every
Atlanta.
one.
They
Yeah.
was jumping Atlanta fans in round one.
Yep.
And this
yep,
round one.
Yep.
Like, they do this after every round. It's so weird. It's insanely weird. And they're doing it to out of towners. Like, people who don't know how New York is, they thinking they just gonna see the game and it's gonna be all sweet.
Technically, I'm not out of towner now.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all see this, right? It say no flagrant upgrade on the uncalled foul of Spurs Victor Wembanyama to Knicks.
And it shouldn't be.
Monday night, a league spokesperson tells ESPN. Wembanyama will stay at 2 flagrant points in postseason. How y'all feel about that? How y'all
Hey, listen, they've been fighting on the court. I mean, Nobody
mean,
wants
they.
to lose.
To be fair, if he had received a flagrant, he would have been suspended because I think he already had a flagrant two
No, he
with
wouldn't have been
Nas Reed.
suspended.
Really, I
No?
thought he had a flagrant two with Nas Reed, and then another
Yeah, but
flagrant
he
he
still
got.
don't have enough flagrant points. That's only one flagrant in the whole playoffs.
Damn,
You got to
Uh,
have 4 flagrant points.
Breeze
Yes,
had the
I think
shorty
it is
shaking it
4.
on the screen.
It's quite a few.
Huh?
Go back to shorty shaking that shit like that.
Nah. I was going scrolling past that. You know what I'm saying?
what Breeze timeline looking
He's
like,
he's
yo?
he scrolled past that one, mighty. Nah, listen, don't even talk about Breeze timeline because I ain't gonna lie. My timeline is wow. You couldn't even show my timeline on a Breeze screen. That shit.
Yo, this dude,
Twitter,
this Spurs fan
Wild
is
Wild West.
whooping ass, bro. Oh
They
damn!
made him take that shit off. They
Yo,
made
I
him
wish
take
they
it
would
off.
make. Yo,
Oh, they
see,
hit
they
his face.
wildin'.
Oh, they dogged him. Oh, the black dude is fighting back. Fuck you.
Man, I wish
Yeah,
they would
they
try
still
that with
took
my
his
Nets
jersey though.
jersey. Let them try to take my Nets jersey off.
Yeah,
I
but
swear.
they can have the jersey. I swear.
So
They
you know what's
try that shit
crazy?
with me.
You know what's crazy with Dylan and Castle? Castle done played in the Garden before in the Big East tournament and won the Big East tournament. And Harper
Right.
is you not finna, you know what I mean? If Harper went around in Manhattan, they
Oh,
not
look,
finna, you know what I
homeboy
mean?
running. Oh, damn.
That's crazy.
Damn.
You
That's
beating
so
somebody
fucked
so
up.
bad to the point blood is coming out of them. Like,
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, you see what they did to that YouTuber, right? They
What?
the YouTuber Canal Joseph, he was out there trolling because that's what he do. He's like a troll or whatever. So he
Yeah.
walked around in the Spurs jerseys, him and like 5 other dudes. They had on all women Yama jerseys, and they like the dudes, 2 New York dudes told him, yo, you better take them jerseys off. Yo, they acting crazy out here. You better take them jerseys off. He's like, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. People know better. They know not to do nothing. And they had them dudes running up the block yelling, and then you see him with blood on his shirt and all of that. His lip was bleeding, but he got exactly what he asked for.
One
Yeah,
day they're
nah.
gonna run up on somebody and they're gonna have some
Boom!
I used to think
Yeah.
Eagles
lead for
fans was the
their
worst
ass.
fan base, but I think the Knicks is overtaking them dudes.
Yeah, bro. My thing is like they messing up the whole experience, bro. The whole city is giving you a green light to have a whole city blocked. You got a whole park. Like, yeah, it's one thing to
For
have
them to jump a dude that paid all that money for a ticket is nasty work.
right. My
Yeah,
thing
that shit
is
is nasty.
right. My thing is, you know how the city is. You know how New York City cops is. We ain't really even got no good relationship with cops like that. I mean, I'm just saying as a people. And if they giving y'all a whole Bryant Park, bro, keep that shit cool. Y'all looking like y'all again, like I said, it's not like a drunk fight where y'all could just lie about it. Bro, no, bro, y'all attacking people with Spurs fans. Y'all gotta be fucking up the money like that.
they
Y'all got
fighting amongst themselves too, which is sad because y'all supposed to be on the same side, but they fighting amongst themselves too. Like
right.
y'all, they was on Bryant Park, but they fighting in the streets.
And
Like they
see,
fighting the riot cops. Like
at least
what?
in the basketball game it's 5 versus 5. Y'all making it, it's like 100v1. There's a bunch of fans jumping one dude, 2 dudes, like,
What
bro.
makes it worse
That
is you
OG
attacking
ain't deserve that
somebody.
shit, bro. That OG couldn't just, y'all couldn't spare the OG. Like,
I
God
just think it's
damn,
wild because you attacking somebody's father, you attacking somebody's brother, somebody's cousin, somebody's family that
Yep.
just wanted to see the game and want to make it home safe tonight. Now
Yep.
they got to make a hospital run because somebody just had this bright idea to bash their head in with glass or
Yep.
But
jump
they
them.
think that shit is
Hey,
cool. Like you'll talk to Knicks fans and they're like, yeah, because you can't come to my city talking that shit. That's why. Like that shit is
your
corny, bro.
city.
that shit is it's so corny, yo. That shit is corny. And guarantee, yes, New York is a rough. It's gritty. It's grimy. Like I understand that, but it's still a certain class you got to carry, bro. It's a certain class you got to carry. I
Bro, let's get
understand it.
off
I
them
get it, bro.
bozos, bro. Let's talk about something important.
That shit is wild.
bro. I'm just
Like, how are we gonna
like I
make the
said,
damn restaurant roster better, bro? Like, because don't nobody believe in the niggas that
That
we
shit is
got.
clown behavior, bro. It got to be talked about. It got to be called out
it's in
by
the
by
title.
people from New York, bro.
Facts. And again,
That
as
shit,
far as the content you talk about, Leafy, I think we've been doing that more of that than talking about
Like
this.
I said, bro, like the NBA gonna do what they want to do, bro. Like,
Nigga, that ain't the NBA. I just think it's the fucking citizens that's bugging out. Like,
Yeah.
of course, they making money
it is
off
the
the Knicks
NBA.
and
It is the
whatever. Cool,
NBA.
but
I
But
think it is the NBA. LM, bro, because if the Knicks was in the shitter, bro, this wouldn't be happening.
hold on.
the
But
Knicks fans
hold on,
is crazy
hold on.
regardless. I ain't gonna
I wanted Jay to tie that conversation with Leaf because Jay, I was telling Leaf that Yago is a 2, and that's why we need to get a Mikal Brown Jr. or Aiko for draft another point guard, anyways. But he's saying that we giving up on him. I'm saying that he looked more comfortable at the 2 guard. I ain't giving up on him, but shit, if it looked like a duck and quack like a duck, I ain't gonna ask him to fucking go wolf. You know what I'm saying?
well, I feel like once we put him at the 2, we taking his superpower away. His superpower was that he's a tall guard.
Exactly.
I mean, a tall point guard. He is supposed to be Ben Simmons' replacement, man.
That's what he was supposed to be with better shooting.
Did you see that? Did you
better,
see him as Ben Simmons' replacement last year?
No, I did not.
Bro, but listen, but if all it takes is 1 year when we're tanking to make y'all decision that he's not this or not that, bro, then that's basically giving up on why we drafted him in the first place. The whole reason why we drafted him is because we couldn't get Jeremiah Fears.
So if we draft, okay, so hypothetically, we keep him at the point. Who's our 2 guard?
Shit, who the hell else we got at 2?
Drake Powell, man.
These niggas got to get better.
So who we drafting? Y'all saying like what position y'all saying we drafting?
We drafting they saying we drafting the best available because we don't got no choice at 6.
I feel
My
like
thing
that should be every draft. You should draft the best available. Fuck all that.
I understand that, Jay. But here's the thing: we didn't do that last year with we didn't do that last year
because it was stupid.
Like, I mean, who was the best? Who was BPA at 8?
Derek Queen.
Not Derek Queen.
Yeah.
Derek Queen.
It wasn't fucking Yegor. Like all that drafting.
Yegor wasn't top 10.
No, he wasn't.
To be fair, we can't do.
I mean, but at the same,
I feel like they thought
he could be. He could be.
They thought he was gonna go 10. Look, hold on, wait. They thought he was gonna go 10 through 15 or some shit like that. But they didn't. They knew their next pick wasn't until 19, and that's who they wanted him. So they reached. But it was a reach, so we can't say it's not a reach.
If we didn't take him, I think he would have went at like 10.
It was a reach, but at the same time, bro, like we gotta ignore the fact that we had a tanking season and look at the fact that, there's some good stuff that came out of it with Yegor, bro. The shooting that they said he couldn't do, he worked on. He shot 39% in his first year.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's great.
Yeah, that's great. That's good.
I don't think that's I don't think that's the issue, though. I think the issue is and I don't understand it, but the issue is for people that wanted a 6'9" PG, they didn't see most of that last year. You saw the ball handling issues. You saw what happened when he got pressured in the half court. You saw what happened when he's trying to get off one of his. He wasn't that skilled yet. And I'm not saying to give that mean to give up at on the kid. But him compared to Mikal Brown Jr., who's already an elite ball handler, advanced at his side.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
I would want that on the team to at least help Yegor out. Like, I don't want him always to bring up the ball, especially in certain instances. I want another ball handler next to him that is already good at what he do to help ease his
we got another ball handler next to him. His name is Danny Wolf.
No, his name is really.
I'm talking about in the backcourt.
Trior.
Like,
The hell with the
It's really
backcourt.
Trior. Trior is supposed to be. If Trior was supposed to give
Trior is
them,
a one-trick pony, bro. We all know it. Speed right, drive right with the right.
but he is a point guard. He can bring the ball up
He's
the
a
court.
point guard because of his height.
But he can't. He can
can't
bring
play nowhere else on
he
the
a
court.
better ball handler than
understand that.
Yegor.
He can get the ball
Yeah, he a
up
better
to
ball
half
handler than
court.
Yegor.
He's going to get it up. If you pressure him and he get by you, you're never going to see him again. All you're going to do is see his, all you're going to see is his tail light. That's all you're going to see.
The one thing you can give Yegor is that he puts pressure. He's
problem-
going to the rim. He's putting
But
pressure on the rim.
LM, yeah, he is. But I feel like with more spacing, bro, he could probably do even more damage. The problem with Nolan is everything else in between, bro. Like
Right, I
there's
understand.
no left
You're right.
hand. He's going right. He's only going right with
I
the
agree.
right.
I agree with you.
And there's no
His
shooting ability. There's no
his shooting
in-between
ability
ability.
is limited. Yeah.
But
If
you
the same
don't think he
grace,
get better with that?
if the
You don't think
same
he
grace
get better
has to
with
be, that's what I'm about to say. If the same grace applies to Yegor, then that same grace has to be applied to Nolan.
I feel like
because they're both in coming on year 2. They both 19 years old.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
we got to look and see what they gonna be.
What makes Yegor's development much easier is one that he's 6'9", and number 2, he could already shoot over anybody at the one. That's his advantage.
Yeah, but he's not an on-ball player. He's an
if you can't
off-ball.
handle the ball and if
He
you're not
can't handle the
Yeah,
ball.
you can't get to the rim.
That's
You can't get to the rim,
the
too.
6'9" is
Listen,
the 6'9"
I
is not.
understand that, bro. Like he ain't got the ball. He ain't got the ball on the string. Do what Steph do. Give the ball up, run across the court, and shoot the bitch.
Yeah.
I seen Steph get robbed in midcourt plenty of times.
Yeah, that's true.
Steph
that's what
is
he's gonna
by
have
far,
to do.
Like Steph's one of the best ball handlers in the league.
Give him
yes,
give
of
him
course
that
he
Klay
can
Thompson.
do that, but he can also get his and get off his when necessary.
Hold
That's what
on,
you want from your lead guard.
That's right. That's right.
Wait, Jamal, what you said? I said let him do that Klay Thompson thing. Right.
Yeah, he's the Thompson. Klay Thompson, right.
Yeah, then why you selected him to be a Klay Thompson?
I don't think he'd be no Klay Thompson. I think he'd be more like Josh Giddey.
That's the ceiling. Look, when we talked to Pete from Pete from the Next Kingdom, he was saying that a lot of people in the organization for Golden State was comparing Yegor to Cam Thomas. Not Cam Thomas.
Huh?
Klay Thompson.
To Klay
Man,
Thompson.
hell no.
Klay Thompson.
No way they didn't. No way.
They was like because of the way he shoot, his gravity as far as shooting, he could really shoot. So they were comparing him and his height. So
I think it's the wrong comparison.
He wasn't shooting like that in college. He was showing more like playmaking.
No, they
bro,
just Yep.
That's the problem because at BYU he wasn't playing like that.
If you
he more like Josh Giddey.
But no, no. That's totally wrong. I think he totally flipped the script on that Josh Giddey shit. Here's the thing, bro. Like one or two things has to happen, bro. He has to get better at getting by people with a first step or speed, bro. Like, or his shooting ability is gonna have to drag the defense out more and more. Like that's the thing for me, bro. Like I mean, like it's either like he gonna have to get faster. Or get comfortable at giving goals, bro. Or we gonna have to use Danny Wolf as somebody that could bring the ball up too. Because between him and Danny Wolf, I'm seeing elite passing ability and I'm seeing elite vision, bro, on the court, bro. All they got to do is just have other athletes around them, bro, that could finish on the break and finish with the open lanes. They just need that, bro. I'm putting Danny Wolf at the 5, and I'm putting him at the 1, bro. And the rest of the lineup, they're going to have to just figure the shit out.
I need my backcourt to be able to dribble.
Yeah, they got to.
That's what I'm.
I need
that's what I'm doing. Roll up the court.
Yeah.
If there's no way,
bro.
You're watching these upcoming teams coming up, and you don't need your backcourt to be able to handle the ball. If anything, that's to me. I'm looking at and yes, maybe it's a difference in talent.
I just need 2 ball handlers. Period. I don't care where they at.
You need to care where they at. Your back. If it's anything, San Antonio showing you need your backcourt to be able to bring the ball up the floor.
Yeah, you got to.
At the same, Wemby can dribble. They ain't letting that nigga bring the ball up the court at certain instances. You saw what happened when he did that.
Can't do
With that
everything.
situation.
And everybody can't. One person can't do everything.
Well,
You can't
I'm
have
just saying.
one person do
I'm not saying. I'm not saying
To
Wolf
me,
is not
that's
allowed
a
to bring the
different
ball up the
dynamic.
court. I'm just saying you need your guard. Like,
Yeah,
of
they
course,
got
Wolf can
to.
bring the
They
ball
got
up
to
the
handle
court
the ball.
at certain moments. But
Here's the thing.
Leaf, please let Jamal and Scott because I just want to hear what they're gonna say.
Go ahead, bro.
Then just say what y'all gonna say, then go back to Leaf. But go ahead, Jamal and Scott. I want to hear what y'all was saying.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that, you got to, your back, like Ellen was saying, your backcourt got to handle the ball. Got to be. And you just can't have like a Wemby being all be all. You can't. I mean, you can use them. And Danny Wolf, in the case of Danny Wolf, yes, it'd be great to have Danny Wolf bring the ball up or dribble the ball or handle the ball. Yes, that makes the dynamic of the team bigger. Of course, you want your point guard to be able to score and handle the ball. That's all. He has to be able to bring the ball up the court.
Hold on, Leaf. Let me ask you this, Leaf, real quick. Matter of fact, Jamal, go ahead, Jamal. I'm gonna ask Leaf after this. After you say what you was gonna say, but I heard you saying something. I just didn't hear what it was. So
No, I was just gonna say, like when it comes to basketball now, we're so caught up on this positionless basketball type of thing that we kind of neglect a lot of stuff now. Like
The fundamentals.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't even
Bro,
want.
not to cut you off,
Mhm.
bro. You so fucking right. Even the phrase two-way player, bro. What the fuck is the two-way player? You supposed to be able to play both sides of the ball. That's basketball. You play offense
That's
and
it.
defense. That
right.
two-way player shit is the dumbest shit. But my fault, bro. Keep going.
No. It goes back to even with the Danny Wolf thing. If we got a Danny Wolf and he's running the point, what's the purpose of having a point guard then?
No.
Like,
The thing is, Danny Wolf is running secondary ball handling operations, bro. Like everybody knows how positionless basketball is today, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. We got a 7-foot nigga running around that could process offenses better than half of these point guards, most of the point guards in the league. He did it, bro. Like that's the reason why he's sitting on like 3 MVPs and he led the league in assists, bro, for the past couple of years. Jamal Murray don't run the operations.
You still need Jamal Murray. And he was saying, Jokic would tell you, I still need a Murray.
You need him for shot making, though.
Yes, he's not winning the ring without Jamal Murray. Yes, do we not know what he was doing in the bubble? In all of the playoff instances where he rose to the occasion, you need somebody like that.
Listen, I agree with you, bro. But the thing is, the ball handling thing, bro. Like the thing, it's self-explanatory, especially when you were running 1-5 roster where you have to guard everybody from 30 feet out. When you got a nigga that can rebound and throw football outlet passes to Aaron Gordon up the court, you don't got to do much dribbling. I'm talking about our style of play. The reason why I keep equating everything that we doing going towards the 2025 Pacers is because we already got half the ingredients already. We got a big at 7 feet that has guard abilities. We have a 6'9" Yegor that has guard abilities. All you got to do is just pair runners with it. You got to have players that connect with them. That's it.
I think every team is built different. Just because you're big has ball handling skills does not always mean they should bring the ball up. Jokic is a rare anomaly and an exception. I'm not saying he doesn't always bring the ball up the floor.
No, he don't bring the ball.
In certain instances, you need your backcourt to be able to handle certain things that maybe your big cannot do. It's not a matter of course, if Wolf want to bring up the ball at the floor, great. But at the same time, I need the dude that the front office who was jumping for joy, celebrating in terms of he can be the 6'9" point guard. I need that guy to be able to bring the ball up the floor. I need him to handle under pressure. What can you do when you're bringing the ball up the half court? If him himself, just to emphasize the point, him himself out of his own mouth said, yo, they asked him, who does he watch? He said, I watch Cade, I watch Shea, I watch Luca, I watch Franz. That to me shows, oh, okay, yeah, I want to be able to be a guy that can bring the ball up the floor, to handle point guard responsibilities, to be able to set up the offense in certain ways.
Would you say it's fair to say that it's a possibility that he might not be what we thought he was going to be?
Could be.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't need him to be a dude with Kyrie Irving.
Maybe he could be a little better at something else.
I'm not saying he need to have Kyrie Irving handles. I'm just saying, like, I just need you to be able to be secure with the ball in your hands. That's it.
Right.
If you want to make him into a Klay Thompson, cool. But at least be a Klay that can handle the ball.
We seen right now in Houston how Houston looked with Şengün, like it without a point guard. It looked horrible.
No. The reason being is because the team is built wrong. They're not running enough. They're not running enough, bro. Like the thing is, bro, Van Vliet, and we got to remember that Van Vliet got hurt.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's what he's saying. They needed Van Vliet.
They need a point guard.
I understand that, but here's the thing. I think that what we need to it's not that it's just about let's just get a point guard. It's about getting somebody that's gonna fit to the style of play that you want to play. I think that we want to play more up tempo and more faster. When you got players like Yegor and Danny Wolf that could get the rebound and swing the ball up the court on some hockey assist shit, I think you're going into the trajectory of the 2025 Pacers. They didn't have ball handlers like that. They did have players that could put the ball on the floor and get to the basket, like McConnell and Nembhard. Don't get me wrong. And they also, guess what? They also had Siakam, who put him over, and got him to the finals. You need other players. This is why
you also got to be prepared, though. You also got to be prepared though, because in the Pacers understood, you're not always going to be able to run that fast-paced offense that you want, especially in the playoffs.
They ran that shit all the way to game 7.
They ran it. I'm not saying that they didn't, but at the same time, they also had a half-court set. They also was able, okay, they trying to full press us. We can't do what we want to do. Cool. We have a half-court set. We have a guy in Halliburton who can bring the ball up the floor. We have a guy in Nembhard who can bring the ball up the floor. We got Nesmith who can bring the ball up the floor. They're not allowing us to do our fast 5-out offense. They have ball handlers who can do that in certain moments. Like, that's what we need. We need guys to bring the ball up the floor.
LM, I get what you're saying, but their strength was the fact that you had to get back on defense. Nobody was pressing them. You had to get back on defense because they had good enough ability to find the open man and speed up the offense. If you try to press them, bro, they are going to throw that ball up the court and they're going to find the open man. That was their advantage. That was their speed.
I don't think that's cool. I'm not saying that that's not the case. I'm just saying they were the perfect balance of having that and also being able to set up their half-court offense due to the strength of Halliburton, due to the strength of Nembhard. Yes, we can run out, do whatever. They also had the balance of that.
LM, outside of Siakam, what half-court offense did they have?
Are we forgetting what Nembhard was doing at the 2? What Nesmith was doing in the half? I don't know. Miles Turner, he a different story.
Nembhard was shooting a lot of deep threes, bro. Don't get me wrong, he was making them, but a lot of their shot diet was 3-point shot.
He was arguably their best creator other than Siakam. In the half court.
When they was in the half court, that ball went to Siakam 9 times out of 10.
Siakam was scoring, yes, I'm not disputing that. But also Nembhard was their half-court creator. Nesmith, I'm not going to give him that. I think he was mostly catch and shooting, whatever.
Yeah, he was the catch.
But he was mostly their half-court creator along with Halliburton. Yeah. And they're able to do that because they're elite at ball handling, creating separation. If there's strength guys thrown at them, they're not going to fold under that pressure. And that's mostly my point. If the Nets is going to try to run that offense, cool. But before you can get to that, it starts with being able to bring the ball up the floor. You have to get to that as a guard. That's the one thing that you have to learn. If you're going to run that with Jaeger and Wolf, cool. Not disputing that. Let's do it. But I want to see Jaeger improve and bring the ball up the floor. Before I even get to talking about we're going to run this Wolf and Jaeger. Show me you can get past half-court defenses without trying to turn the ball over and looking shook, which I would hope he's working on this offseason and getting stronger so that, to Breezy's point, if you got a little guy on you who's 6'6" or 6'3" or 6'4", yeah, get stronger so you can work in the post, shoot over the fade, get your easy bucket, do whatever you got to do.
It's no reason why your center and your
I think that's the direction that he's taking, bro. And I personally believe. I think that's the direction that he's taking, bro. Like, I personally believe that this whole notion that because we at 6, there's guards available, bro. In terms of BPA, bro, the BPA only applies to the top 4 players. It only applies to the top 4 players in this draft. It doesn't apply to everybody else, bro. Like, you go out, you go create a system, go create a strategy that you want to run, and that's that.
About that.
We're not getting. I heavily disagree. No,
I do know, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
That is the wrong opinion to take in this draft.
Yeah, erroneous.
No, not doing, especially not for the Nets. You should not be drafted for no pick.
Let me tell you how that BPA shit goes up in flames. Because if Sacramento somehow trades up and gets Acuff, and then the Clippers decide they want to get McHale, then we stuck with who? Wagler and Flemings.
No,
and who? We said last year teams is going to trade up. They were saying teams is going to trade up the wazoo. Everybody stayed where they were at. The only time I'm believing somebody's trading up is if I see it. Other than that, everything is just hearsay. They said we was trading up. We did not do it to get Ace Bailey. So unless I'm seeing the Nets picking 6, and I'm not hearing Silver talking about the Nets traded to move to 7 or 5. I'm not bringing noise to that, bro. And if we're at 6, you take BPA. And if BPA is Darius Acuff or Mikal Brown Jr., take him and move on. There's no need. This isn't a decision that you need to overthink. Like, you just in OKC's case and in San Antonio's case, San Antonio was saying, they should take Ace Bailey. They need a wing. No, they took the best player, Dylan Harper. Move on. Oh, how y'all gonna do the 3 guard shit? Yeah, doesn't matter. Clearly,
it doesn't matter. It clearly
BPA. I don't care if you had Jordan on the team. If that's the 2,
you get the talent. When you get that talent, boy, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah.
And for this team, we need ball handlers, especially since the Nets roster. A lot of people ain't sold on these guards.
Be honest with you, LM. They didn't do that last year. That's how I felt. They didn't get best talent available then last year. Even at the 20 to 30 pick, right? There was talent that was better than what they got.
I think maybe I don't know if they switch up their tactics this year, just because they see what happened last year and they not so. Guarantee if we had Dylan Harper, nobody's talking about getting Acuff from Mikal.
Hell no.
Then you can revisit and be like, all right, let's see what we got. Amara, we can get Mara here, Nate Ament here. Cool. The fact that they even working out Mikal or Darius Acuff proves to me that they are at least thinking about.
And Mara is not a reach because he would be in the top 10 anyway. So it wouldn't be a reach if you had Dylan Harper.
Although if you do get Mara, I wonder if they get off Claxton, or at least they're trying to get off Claxton, because you got Claxton, Day, and then you're gonna have Mara, and then I guess Wolf there. So I mean, are they going to try to get rid of Clax?
Yeah,
don't forget Clowney. You got Clowney too.
Yeah.
I think Clowney more so a 4 though. Like Mara is a 5, like through and through. Like I don't know if they get Mara there, maybe they got a deal for Clax on the way.
All I know is ain't nobody's job secure. That's what. If I was Jordy, ain't nobody, and I mean nobody.
God, you know who job secure though?
Sean Marks.
You know it. You know it.
Sean Marks' job is
that shit
secure.
protected like gold bricks at Fort Knox, bro.
Nah, he got plot armor.
Yo, he get rid of everybody else, but he untouchable, bro. I never
That
seen something like that.
untouchable.
I never seen something like that. You blame everybody else for what's going wrong, and not the person that make the team. That's crazy.
That is
He
just
comes
Wait, who we talking about?
Sean Marks
Sean
got all the
Marks,
plot
yo.
armor in the world, man.
We seeing GMs get fired up the wazoo.
Sean
yo.
Marks.
This
Sean
nigga
Marks got
still
the
got
best
his
job
job.
security in the world, bro. This shit is. I don't know what's going on, bro. Like it
That shit
seems
is
like
on lock and
it
key.
Good
It
evening.
should look like a 9-year sabotage, bro. Like, and it's no end in sight. Shit is ridiculous, bro. Totally unacceptable. Niggas got to
Well,
just
I
sit
can
here
tell
and
I'm
you
of
make
this.
what's
mistakes.
going on.
Once
He
you get him out of office, I feel like we gonna start winning again. That's how.
Yo,
I think
yo, bro, can y'all please say hello to Love and Aries? I looked at my demographic. I got 100%
Love and
male
Aries, what's going on?
audience,
What's
bro.
good? What's good?
Look, it say 22 people watching. 21 of those are men.
What's good? What's good?
please, make the women feel like we talking hoop and we ain't just bullshit. We really talking hoop, man.
Look, on no racist stuff, I ain't gonna lie. If Moss get fired, I think we need a black GM, bro. I'm
You
not gonna
think
cap.
so?
Yeah, I think we need some color at the top.
I think his job security comes from the fact that he built a roster with no assets to make a positive winner. So I guess they're trying to see what he can do with some assets. I don't know. I guess y'all didn't. I know y'all don't not big on Yegor. I think Yegor was the best available talent at that point in the draft. Now after that, some questionable stuff, but you know what I mean. It is
I
what
mean,
it is.
Yegor wasn't a bad pickup.
Listen, I love Yegor.
Yeah, we're not saying that
My
Yegor
God.
was bad. We just saying that, after that,
After you get
Yo,
to
after
me,
that,
after you
he's
got
just not what was advertised. It's like
right. Yeah, he
You
if
wasn't.
you go
the
to the
problem is
store, good.
the problem is it's just the problem of the picks that you picked. That's the problem. Cause it's like, yeah, okay, we picked Yegor, but you gotta explain the Ben Saraf pick. You gotta explain the Noah Traore pick. You gotta explain the what do you call it, Drake Powell pick.
Drake Powell
You
pick.
have to, especially when there was better talent available. You have to
I'm saying,
explain
but
it.
that's all subjective because once you got out of that top 10, I didn't, and I look back at it. I think the fact that there was a lot of guards is what pissed me off. But I look back at it, a lot of them guys had similar grades to me.
Right.
So once you got past that top 10,
I get the
to
talent
me
level.
it wasn't no difference between Nolan and Hugo. But given what Hugo did in a winning situation, of course, hindsight and all that, you would rather have Hugo. But I mean, when you get, it's a crapshoot when you get to that point in the draft.
Yeah, listen, I ain't saying that it's easy. It's not. It's not easy to actually pick that talent, but he spent his time overseas. So he already had dictate what he wanted to do. He went overseas and looked hard. Probably harder than any team in the NBA.
And to be fair to Hugo too, Hugo was considered what is that? A top 10 player too before the process started, before he went to that league. Not Hugo, Nolan.
Right.
So I mean, it is what it is. It's all we can look back at it now and say that,
Yeah.
But my argument always been you should have never drafted players.
Yeah, that makes it tough.
That was my argument.
But that's the thing that I disagree with more than anybody, because in order to make trades, you gotta have somebody to trade with, right? And the terms gotta be what you want them to be. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know, because I would have traded like 2 of those picks to get into this draft.
I listen.
But again, you still gotta have somebody to trade with.
I'm not going to sit here and say that if I was a GM on the outside of the Nets, that I want one of your rookies. Not unless they good. Ain't neither one of them show anything. So what trade piece you got? I don't want neither one of them. I don't want none of them. Maybe Danny Wolf. Maybe. What the rest of them gonna do for me? What trade piece you got?
That's the whole point.
Yeah, so then he missed. It's a mess. It's called a mess. And then you made a mess. Then you made a mess now because now
but
you
we don't. But see, I think
you got too many young
I
guys.
hate having to keep going. I think we kind of are too hard on the one issue when we don't really, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. We don't know what's going to come of this thing.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's on Jordy to decide, to give the guys the opportunity. Let me tell you something. You ain't got.
And I think because I think a lot of it, we cook Sean Marks, but we don't cook Jordy enough. Because all them other teams let their young guys play.
Yeah, Jordy's gonna have to. He's gonna have to give them guys an opportunity. They're gonna have to. You know how when they say you got to learn fast, boy, you better come out the blocks without playing around. You can't mess around. NBA players' longevity in the NBA is 5 years. You got to come out. You got to show something in them first 2 years.
I mean, that's
you got to show something.
I feel like that's based on it. I feel like that's based on the strength of your roster, though. Like if you were going 1 to 12, then and you got a good 1 to 10, and you got a good rotational piece of guys, bro. Like, and you're not overexerting none of your players, bro. Like, I think that could work. You could work towards basically saving the minutes and saving the exhaustion of your players. But I wanted to ask, Priest, what's your thoughts on Mara?
And who?
Mara.
On Mara, the kid from Michigan.
I think he's old. You know how I feel about old centers.
He only 20.
He was a junior.
20, bro. But he's 20. He's only 20.
Yeah, but he was a junior, so he was in college 3 years. I think to me, and this is just because it's not the same NBA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you have players that stay in school for 3 years, typically that kind of hurts their draft stock. I don't think he is a top 6 player in this class. If I have to pick a player, I'm gonna pick Aiko, who fits more of what I think we need offensively.
No, I already knew that. I'm just asking you what you think of him, bro. Like, and just in terms
as a player, I think he's solid, but I think he's a 3-year player in college. So, we're not in the days of when you can be Tim Duncan and play 3-4 years, or those days have passed. Typically, when those guys are ready to play or ready for that double, they come out of school. So, we'll see. I think again with him, we look at the size. He's 7'3", 7'4". It's the foot speed, the lateral quickness that I look for in a big, and I don't think he is strong in that area because as big, even with how big guys are, they get hunted out in this league. You know what I'm saying? We know that for a fact. They get hunted out in this league. So we'll have to see. I don't know what he'll be at this level until I actually see it. He's a great college kid. If I'm talking about for UConn next year, hell yeah, I would take him. But if you're talking about for the Brooklyn Nets, it'll be. I have to see more.
I mean, well, he just turned 21. Damn, he got the same birthday I got. Shit. Never mind.
He's old. I say he's old for a rookie.
I mean, for a high draft prospect, maybe. I get what you're saying. Like, everybody has this thing in their head where the top, where if you in the lottery, if you if you are over a sophomore, you too old, which is crazy to me. But I just think, bro, like if you could play and you could fit somewhere in the NBA, you could play. Like it's roster, everybody's roster is built except for ours, bro. Like in terms of like players that they could, in terms of name value and players that they could go to. You know what I'm saying? Like outside of MPJ, I don't think we have anybody on our roster that's like, hey, yo, you want this dude, this, that, the third type of thing, bro. Like I think this more of a
Well, I kind of disagree a little bit because I feel like we got some with Yegor. I think we got some with Nolan, and I think Powell can prove to be a 3D wing. So now, so you got so that's four players with MPJ. I think
is Nolan a start is Nolan a starter in this league?
Nolan. I don't. I want a
Can
cup.
he
So
can he
no.
start for a team? Can he start for a team today in the NBA?
I mean, I think he can, but today, I mean, Nolan is raw. Nolan was again, he was young, 18, 19 when he came. So he was absolutely young. So do I think he has the ability to be a starting level player?
Right
Sure.
now.
But do I think I still think he has growing to do. For us, I want him to be our backup because I want a cup. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about how you want to build a team. I think having solid guard play, even with a guy like Wemby, that guard play is what opens everything up for the Spurs, right? The Knicks were a playoff team getting in the playoff way before they got cat when they had Julius Randle making stupid decisions. You know what I'm saying? So that I think that lead guard that can make plays and do all that's why when you got Castle, you still trade for De'Aaron Fox. You know what I'm saying? You still do those kind of moves. So I I don't think you can have too much at that lead guard position.
That's the point I was making, Freeze. Like in terms of earlier, like the lead guard is important. Like, yeah, Wemby can bring the ball up, maybe certain times, certain aspects, but
But he's worse when he
you
does that. When he brings
right,
the ball up, he's a
exactly,
worse player.
exactly. And like they ain't stopping from getting De'Aaron Fox. They ain't stopping from everybody. From what I was saying was saying, yo, the Spurs should take Ace Bailey at two because they need a wing. They
I
still
feel like
got
you could
Dillon.
build this. I feel
Like
like you could build a system towards that, bro. Like you could have like plenty of players on your team, but like Denver has made a living of doing it. Like yo, whoever grabbed the rebound, bro. Like we not taking our time bringing up the ball. I don't think they like when you say bring up the ball, that means that we're trying to set up a half court set as opposed to uh get the ball going, bro, and trying to figure out and trying to find a mismatch on the fast break and get to the free throw line or get to the basket or get a bucket. We're not moving the ball. We're trying to get to a half court set that we don't have for yet, bro. Like that's what we're trying to do. I think that we're closer to having an offense, bro, where we speed the process up and just like, all right, yo, we moving up the court no matter what. I don't give a shit, bro. We don't have no half score set, and everybody in the league knows it. Let's stop pretending like we do. Not saying that we don't
just
need one,
every
bro. We
every
just don't have
game is
one
not
right
like
now.
played on the. I just think every game, like you see it is not always. You're not always going to be 5 hour. Yo, we on the fast break. Let's run the shit. Like you need a certain amount of players. Like for example, OKC drafted multiple ball handlers. They didn't stop them. They knew, yeah, we need people to handle the ball. We need people to bring the ball up the court. We need guys when we in a half set and we can't go on a fast break or we can't push the ball forward. We need guys that are at least able to bring the ball up and set up our offense. And I think for the Nets, it's cool to run the five. If you want to take that Indiana philosophy, that's cool. But I think you also need guys in that half court setting. When you cannot do that and teams is plotting against that, you need guys in the half court that's able to also bring the ball up and set up your offense as lead guards. As you're seeing with Castle, as you're seeing with Harper, even Fox with him having a bad game. He sets up the offense well in the half court. You need guys in that area that's able to get guys in their spots. Can Yegor do that? Possibly. I think Mikel do it better. I think Acuff does it better. But realistically, I think he can be capable of that, which makes us probably even more dangerous. Especially if you got a guy like Nolan coming off the bench, that makes us even more dangerous. Like you have a certain amount of ball handlers, which I think is where the Nets, I will say, probably went well. But it's all a matter of them just developing these guys. And I've missed anybody in the draft that I think, to Lee's point, can do what in the Indiana setting. It's Mikel. Mikel excels at that in the fast break and the half court. He finds guys in a 5-second gap. Like if you watch his playmaking highlights, it's dang near Halliburton reminiscent.
That's what I said.
Like he I would not be surprised. You get a rebound, pass it to him, he dots it up the court. No dribble needed. Immediately gets a guy on the court. Yeah. He does that.
And I agree with you, but in the event that somehow Sacramento moves up and they go get Acuff, and then the Clippers say, you know what, let's go get Mikel, we're left with Wagler, we're left with Flemings, we're left with players that we didn't have no interest in drafting at all.
Yeah, you got no choice then, because I don't think you reach.
I think at that point you do reach. If Acuff and whatchamacallit is off the board at 4 and 5, who's left?
I don't know. I think for Sacramento, Acuff will still be there, especially if we don't take him. For them to get Acuff, one, they'll either have to trade with us, or they'll have to trade with the Clippers, or they ain't getting in the top 4. Chicago talks done. Utah talks done. Memphis talks done. They ain't trading with Washington. So they will have to do a deal. If Acuff is really is their god, they got to talk to LA. Be like, yo, what y'all trying to talk? What y'all trying to do so we can take that foul spot? Who y'all really want? And to me, if forget Mikel and Acuff, if the Clippers is high on Wagler, I think we good right here. We getting our guy.
Yeah, we get some one of them too.
Acuff 4. If Brooklyn don't take Acuff and they get Mikel at 6, at 7, Acuff is all yours.
Yep.
But we getting our guy at 5.
Yep.
And y'all gonna have to deal with whatever.
It's one of them too. It's one of them
I don't
too.
know, bro. It just seems like we getting what's left.
I think the top 10 is not bad this year.
We keep saying our guy, bro. This is the thing, bro. People had to navigate the second that the draft lottery was over. Nothing at 6 is our guy. Our guy was at 1 through 4.
You don't know that? It's still, bro. I'm not saying that. For all
our
we
guy
know,
was at 1 through 4. These are facts.
If you draft Mikel, I think he arguably can be one of the best league guards in the NBA.
Tell us why though, bro.
Bro, his history says it. He was the best player on the team with AJ DeBonster, who won that MVP, by the way. But everybody knew Mikel Brown Jr. was by far the best player. Like, he has that lead guard capability that the NBA is now leading towards. Him having that growth spurt, getting to 6'5", him being able to play fast plays, him able to play in the half-court offense. He puts pressure on the rim, which as a guard, as what we're seeing right now, is what we need.
Right.
In terms of defensively, he can't guard the smaller guards, the Brunsons, the mid-Donovan Mitchells, or whoever.
Yeah, his defense is good.
They can't hunt him really if he improves on the defensive end. Mm-hmm. That is a guy who, if you draft, depending on where he at, I feel like he can be a multiple All-Star.
What about
he has that capability?
Do you like how he plays inside the 3-point line? Do you look for the midi, or he just get into the rim once
he looks for the midi? He can't get to the midi. I just think, for me, it's not about his skill getting to the midi. It's just, I wonder what Jordy's offense is going to be. because realistically, is he going? If Mikel take a midi, is he going to be looking at him saying that's a bad shot, even though he can clearly get to it? I don't know. Like maybe he I know he going Mikel definitely. If you get him, he's going to be shooting threes. That's a fact.
I think he's going to play like Schroeder did.
But when you say shooting threes, how many threes you think he'd take a game? Like 5, 3, 4,
7?
Might be more than that. Shoot, see when he was shooting at Louisville, he was in terms of volume.
Yeah,
he was heavy at the 3-point line. Like, not to say that he couldn't get to the mid range or he wasn't booming it on guys, because he was, but yeah, there was a game when he played against A-Cup. He shot. It was a bad game for him, but he shot 3 for 14 from the 3-point line. Exactly. 14 3-point shots is crazy.
Yeah, they gave him the
that's what he. Yeah, but that's what he does, and it was due to the back injury. It was just you couldn't see much. But I do think, and I think A-Cup is more so the better offensive player, but I don't think they're that far out.
Is he the better offensive player, or does he have the better offensive floor?
He got the better.
I think he's a better offensive player, realistically.
He's one of the more efficient scorers in this draft, and that's including DeBronsta and Cam Boozer and all them dudes. Efficiency is he's up there. So
I think he's the better offensive player.
If you're the number one,
I don't think Mikel is that far, though.
Efficiency, bro. I care about you doing everything.
I care about efficiency.
Everything you can to win the game.
I care about efficiency.
Give a shit about
efficiency. Might be important. I ain't gonna hold you. We ain't gonna have no nigga shooting 30% from the field. And
no, look what Bronson doing. Inefficient.
Yeah.
Bronson is shooting under 30-something% in this finals right now.
That's not efficient.
I said inefficient. I said inefficient.
80-something points.
That's the difference between Brunson and Shea. Shea's one of the more efficient players. A-Cup is very efficient. He can get his shot off, and he's a great passer, playmaker. He got handles. He's the type of player that Brooklyn will love, in my opinion.
I think so too. I do think to me, if either one of those two, whether it's Mikel or A-Cup, I think you win. Like I think Mikel's offense, I don't think it's as well rounded as A-Cup, but if you're talking about next year or 3 years later, yeah, he might be one of the best league guards in the NBA. And I think the same for A-Cup. Like I think A-Cup is going to be that 28 point per game and score kind of on the Dame Lillard type wave, where he's just a guy that just averages 28, 25.
I'm not so. The reason why I'm not sold on it, but is because the point guard position is already occupied by these big point guards already. Like, why do we think these niggas is just going, like, in the next 2-3 years or whatever, however many years it is, they're going to be instantly better than the point guards that's already young and in the league already?
So, what point guards? What point guards are you talking about?
The point guards I'm talking about. Why do we think these niggas is going to be up there just as efficient as the Ks, as the SGAs, as the
all them people you named, the short dude that's 6 foot, 6'1", whatever, however you do, is the one in the finals. Not the 6'7" guy.
I understand that, but I understand that, bro. But it ain't solely because of him. It's because they changed up the offense and now they got Cat running hub.
I think.
I mean,
I
agree with you.
You got a guy that's 6'2", 6'3". You put him out there with you build the team properly. That's the big thing. You build the team properly. We're still building a roster, so it ain't gonna be perfect right out the bat. His off guard is 6'8", 6'9". So that helps. I mean,
every team has a deficiency, so it's called team.
Our deficiency is everything, though. That's why we get beat by 50. So let's make it so that we can score the ball.
Right, something.
At least that'll be entertaining.
Word. You got to do something. I mean, everybody has a deficiency in some kind of position where, like, the point guard might not be a great defender, or
So
he's too short.
for a player like Acuff caliber, if you do get him, the defensive deficiencies don't matter. It's just as long if you got a good team roster or
Right.
a defensive
Exactly. You
lineup
could.
around him, you
Yeah.
can cover that.
And then when are we going to learn? When are we going to learn that if it's a Calipari guard sitting there, take him? Look at his guards.
Man, I'm
Look
not.
at what his guards do in the
I'm
league.
not going.
Well,
I'm not going off that shit.
look at Derrick Rose. Look at De'Aaron Fox. Look at Tyrese Maxey. Look at SGA. Look at Devin Booker. Look at all his guards. Look at them.
Yeah, man, just because the nigga played for Calipari, I don't mean we gotta pick him.
All right.
Yeah, it's true.
Come on, bro. Like, bro, like now niggas. Come on, bro. Like, it's clear.
That's just facts. That's just facts. All his
Bro,
guards
okay,
hoop
that's
in the
fine,
NBA.
bro. Like bro, ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with going off the mold, bro. Like, at the end of the day, bro, we gotta put shit around them, and I don't even think it's
Acuff is the kind of player too, from what I've seen and from what and hearing him talk, that if we do pass him, he gonna bust our ass. Facts.
Bro, that's the problem. He talking, bro. You did an interview with damn Draymond already.
So what? All these guys doing interviews.
I ain't see Mikel do an interview yet.
Mikel definitely did an interview. Kevin, he was on Kevin.
All those
show. He was
all
on,
those guys have done
he's
interviews.
He's on interviews.
AJ DeBarcha was on Gil Arenas, and he was on KD. Ballroom.
Yeah, they do it. Mikel, that's the first interview I want to watch when they came out. Mikel definitely did an interview. The Draymond interview I like because
Now if a kid do an interview before he get drafted, that's a problem.
The thing is with Dray, I understand.
So we shouldn't. So none of these players should be drafted. Who you think they was doing? All these guys doing interviews with players.
It's not about them doing interviews. It's not about them doing interviews, Priest. It's about them doing interviews when they should be working out no matter what.
Who said they not doing that?
Because they doing interviews.
Bro, on the interview.
So you don't want nobody in the class. You don't want nobody because all of them doing interviews. You don't want nobody.
Why we gotta know how you talk? All I need to know is how you play.
On the Draymond interview, because I watched the whole thing. He literally just came from a workout. He was working out with a team and he stopped to do a Draymond interview.
You gotta have.
They're working out. Trust me.
You gotta have cool down.
But what the thing I wanted to say is what was interesting about that interview was at the end where Draymond was telling him, and I think it was crucial. Like, yo, wherever team you go to, lock in with your defensive coordinator because the fact of the matter is, bro, this is a league where you have to play defense. We pick on y'all. And as much as I don't like Draymond, he's speaking facts.
That's it.
This is the dude that plays defense. He understands that. I think for him,
and he understands that they had to do that with Steph. Steph was not. Steph was a terrible defender up until he worked on it. When people say you can't get better defensively, defense is all about effort. If you improve your effort, you'll become a better defender.
Bro. He ain't defending shit. He is free eats.
Steph definitely got better defensively though.
He did.
I'm not saying he's not a cone. I'm not saying that he's not a cone. I'm not saying that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that Steph was an all NBA defender.
Yeah,
but he got better defensively.
Yeah,
the whole point about it is
the team got better too. Yeah, it was better for him. It's better. It's just better, man. You just not. It's an effort thing, like you said. It's an effort.
But Dre
and you look at how a dynamic guard, a dynamic offensive playmaker, can change your fortunes as a franchise. Look at what Portland was before they got Dame. Look at what Golden State was before they got Steph. Look at what all these teams were before they got that lead guard. Look at New Orleans before they got Chris Paul, because I believe he can make on that level. So I don't understand.
I just like the fact that
Right.
Draymond
Nah,
advised
that's a
him.
valid point.
I do like the fact
That
Draymond
is a
advised him
valid point.
to lock in.
The second that he said Chris
Hey,
Paul,
Breeze. One thing I know is I know my basketball. You understand me? I know my history. As a matter of fact, I can use us as an example. Look how good we became when we got Kenny Anderson.
Yeah, that's right.
But
Not as good as what we became when we got Jason Kidd.
But still, it's the lead point guard. It's still the lead point guard. But hold on. I just wanted to add to that and say I did a podcast the other day talking about, what's the most important position building a championship roster. And because I started it before I asked anybody thinking that same way. It's the point guard.
I've been saying the same thing the last 2 or 3 drafts, though, Breeze.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it was the center at one time, but right now I think it's the point guard. It's the point guard. It used to be a wings league, but now it's the point guard.
And I think we get hung up on 6'9", 6'8", 6. Trying to be something like.
And the whole point about that
there's nothing wrong with that.
Look how big Luke is, 6'8". He don't guard shit.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just think that people, the fans, and some of us are very knowledgeable. And the thing is, 6'8" doesn't guarantee anything. It just means that you're 6'8". There's some 6'8" players that can't dribble the ball.
But Scott, 6'8" gives you an advantage, bro.
It does offensively if you're capable. But you gotta be
Scott in 2026, bro. We watching niggas like Jalen Johnson and goddamn Sabonis, bro, put up just as much point and assist production than any of these guards in this league, bro.
That is true.
But you're watching. That's not true. Jalen Johnson ain't getting assists like all these people.
Sabonis, he was averaging 21, 9, and 9. What you talking about?
But
that's what his average was this year. 21, 9, and 9.
Yeah, but my thing is this: I don't care about that. I care about winning, and winning becomes a team thing. So that means if your team is better, yes, you might have that 6'6", 6'7" guard.
I'll keep going down the list.
I'll take the wins, please.
I'll keep going down the list. Look at how Atlanta changed when they got Trae Young in fold, and he don't guard shit. Look at how all these teams. I can keep going. It's multiple examples. This is not the 90s NBA. I wish it was, but it's not. I had to adjust to the times. We need a lead guard that can get his own shot, number one, because we don't got nobody that can get their own shot and that can get other people's shot.
Yep.
While Yegor is developing his little game or skill set or whatever, him getting clean looks is going to be good for the Brooklyn Nets. Because he showed that he can knock those down at a high clip.
Sure enough.
So if we get a lead guard, we got to help these other players, especially offensively. Dwight Powell can't get his own shot. The only person that's somewhat capable is Nolan, but he's hit or miss.
Yeah, he's not a great scorer. He just don't show efficiency.
So, Priest, what do you say to people that's like, if you get a cup, you gonna have to build your team like the Knicks, as to where you need a.
I disagree. If you get a cup, you continue to build your team and develop these young players we got. Just because these guys ain't do everything we wanted them to do as a rookie, partly on Jordy's. I'm telling you, some of that is on Jordan. He didn't want to play those kids.
He was probably told not to.
So why would he be told not to if they're tanking? That's not true.
Because they're
tanking. He was not told. Like, he was not told. Why would he not play the kids? We were not. We were going to win less with the kids.
You're supposed to play the kids because they're not going to lead the wins. So it would make sense for him to play the kids.
I'm gonna tell you why we didn't play the kids. We didn't play the kids that much because we was the youngest team in the league already. We drafted 5 rookies, bro. Like we couldn't play. We had to go.
That don't got nothing to do with what I said, though. They didn't play the kids, and where all these other teams, Washington and all these other players, was letting their kids develop. They were tanking. That don't make any sense. So if we were trying to develop and lose,
different, bro. The kids that we drafted was supposed to be do 1 through 10 on our roster in the first place when they started. We started the season off with Ben Sharaf. Don't you remember that?
I think it's
because
unfair. I think it's unfair to compare us to Washington. Washington had 1 pick. We had 5. You can't compare.
No, I mean all they young players. Washington been drafting in the top for the past 5-6 years. So they always play their young guys.
Yeah, but they only had 1 rookie last year.
And that was Trey Johnson.
That was Trey Johnson. You can't compare 5 rookies to 1. You can't.
And then they had like 3 or 4 second-year players.
Yeah, but that second year is not a rookie.
They only had 1 second-year player, and that was Alex Sarr.
No, they didn't. They didn't because they had Calabali was a second. They did not just have 1 second-year player.
Calabali was there the year before that.
It was another player they didn't just have 1 second-year player.
We had 5 rookies. We had 5 rookies. You can't put that on Jordy. Jordy is probably young.
I can put that on Jordy because Jordy trying to win games when we trying to develop these players.
I blame Marks because Jody didn't sign up for this.
Jody didn't. That's Sean Marks picking him. How you blaming Jody for that?
He did not sign up for this because at the time it was a retool. It wasn't about doing a rebuild.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't no retool. We traded to get our picks back.
We remember he got the job before the trade, before the McCall trade.
Wasn't he hired after they did the McCall trade?
No, it was before.
He was hired before.
He was hired before.
I don't remember him being hired before.
Even still,
yes, he was. He was hired before.
Hold on. But it doesn't prove that's the case, bro. Because realistically, even if that's the case where he was hired before the McCall trade, you telling me that these niggas is not discussing what they about to do in a few days?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Trading this nigga.
That's a fact. Thank you. And then also, what other coach? What other coach? We do know that. What other coach? No coach signs up to lose. No coach signs up to lose. None.
No. Wait. We don't know what was transpired between Jordy and Sean Marks. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think they brought Jordy. I don't think they brought Jordy on board and didn't tell him what the plan was. I don't think so.
And what makes me realize it's transpired is that they extended him. That makes me know y'all had that conversation.
Okay, all right. Even if they did, all right. Say they had the conversation. You gonna turn down the job?
Some people would.
If I'm not doing something to lose. I mean, he probably thought that I could probably develop these guys. That if
exactly.
Jordy Fernandez could have got another
why would you
job.
not play him?
Because
Jordy Fernandez could have got another job.
He wouldn't have knew that we was going to exactly take 5. We're going to actually break the record and take 5 rookies in the first round.
But this is the problem. Jordy wasn't trying to play the young players even last year.
They didn't exactly have no minutes. You making it sound like they had no minutes.
Right, but they didn't just count the rookies as player development. They wanted to see Zaire take a leap. They wanted to see Noah Clowney take a leap. So it wasn't like
Jordy was trying to win games, Breeze.
The rookies, but for what it's worth, the rookies did all start. All of them had a chance to start last season. All of them.
I don't get what y'all saying that
as a coach, he's supposed to win games. Like I'm not getting on him for that. Yeah. But what I am gonna get on him for is not playing the young guys. I'm definitely getting on him for that.
And you know why I can't let y'all get away with that? Because we didn't came on this podcast during the season. All of us complaining about why the kids ain't playing more.
No, I didn't say that.
When you talk about Python, you talk about all of us was coming up here like, why aren't you playing the kids?
I thought it was unfair for Jordy to have 5 rookies. It's hard to juggle that. It really is. I know for a fact. That's hard to juggle.
That's like having 5 newborns.
Yeah, that's like having half your team is new. They don't know jack.
But most of the team was new.
Okay,
and you're supposed to teach them. Yes, they brought him here to be. A big part of what they brought him here for was player development. You learn by doing.
Yes, but I don't think you learn from losing. I don't believe that. technically
That's
don't
not
believe
true,
that.
Scott. Because the Thunder did.
Why do y'all think the players is going on the court and saying we're gonna play trash so we lose on purpose? They're playing to win. They just not good enough.
Right,
That's why
right.
we're losing.
Yes, but
It's not
yes.
because they're going. It's not the fact where the fans is asking for the tanking because we know that the roster is not good enough. So of course you're gonna be like, yo, we have to tank to get the best talent. But the players is not going in the locker room saying, hey guys, let's go win today.
So you got three. You got 3-point guards. You got 3 guards. 3 guards. You had 4. Actually, you had 4 guards and a forward. So you had 4 guards and a forward. How much playing time can these 4 guards get?
They should have been playing 30 minutes at best.
Yeah.
30 minutes? You asking a lot for Jaguar to play 30 minutes.
Well, Jaguar was hurt. Hold on. Jaguar was hurt.
And we saw
and that's what you know what you picked that was a good example, LM. Because K and them boys was getting their ass beat. They was losing 40 games straight in a row in Detroit until they figured it out. So we can't hold these people hand. They supposed to be playing. They got drafted to the NBA. Yes, you can't play them all at the same time, but giving Jaguar's height,
you can different than minutes. Like, yes, Jaguar should be playing 30 minutes. Yes, all at the same time. That can be a conversation. That's crazy. But yes, they should be getting 30 minutes.
If you play
Jaguar, Danny Wolf,
the numbers don't even add up.
Jaguar, Danny Wolf, Nolan, and Powell basically all play different positions.
The numbers don't add up.
So all of them can get burned. You should be playing Dwight Powell over what's his name? Help me out, Ellen. Come on, everybody hated him. What's his name?
Who, Ben Sarai?
Trey.
No.
You talking about
no.
Who, Cam Thomas?
No.
You said everybody hate him. I'm thinking.
He has dreads. He's dark skinned. He's from New York.
Oh, Terrence Mann.
Yeah. Dwight Powell should be playing more than Terrence Mann. Jaguar should be playing more than whoever they had at.
Who Jaguar gonna play over?
Whoever. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
The only one that I was cool with, one that I was cool with their minutes for sure was Michael Porter Jr. because he getting paid so much, and I know they're not going to sit him on the bench.
So sit everybody else and just start the 5 rookies.
Jaguar should be getting 30 minutes because we don't have a freaking point guard.
When you got rid of Cam Thomas,
the way that they handled Jaguar was not helping him develop. At the end of the day, Kenny, I've seen Kenny develop players. I've seen these guys get better. I've seen Spencer Dinwiddie and all those guys get better.
Either they got developed or they didn't.
How are you getting developed? How are you getting developed? How are you developing by sitting on the bench? Though?
Yeah, the players that we all watch, the players that we are all, some of us may be fans of, whether it's on OKC or whoever, guys that we like to watch or whatever, guys that was in the playoffs or in the finals, whoever the case may be, they are where they're at. If you want to use Cade specifically, they are at where they at because they played. Cade, do you know how much turnovers?
They got to play through mistakes.
How much turnovers Cade was averaging?
Yeah, they got to play through mistakes. They had to play through mistakes. And y'all cannot sit here and say that Jordy was letting those kids play through mistakes. He was not.
But it's a difference a little bit, just a little bit, right? With Cade, he's a number 1 pick. You're gonna play him regardless, right? But also
a top 10 pick.
But no.
Listen,
look what I'm about to say, right? No, hold on. You let Jaguar play all those minutes, and he's already has a suspect handle. Are you gonna put him out there?
That's the main reason why you do it. That's why you do it, Jamal. That's the main reason why you do it.
He's gonna end up losing confidence.
No,
Or
no.
Yes, he
So you
will.
think
No, he's
so?
not.
That's not
Yes, he
true.
That,
A
will.
but
player loses
hold on,
confidence when
please.
they.
I got.
This
Hold
is
on,
why.
please.
This
I
is
got
why.
it
Hold
right
on. Let
here.
me. Let
I
me.
got
Let
it
me. Let
right
me
here.
say this real
All
quick,
right.
LM,
Go
and then
ahead.
I'll let you finish. This is what kills a player's confidence. When I do make a turnover, when I do make a mistake, when I do lose the ball, and you snatch me out the game. Getting to play through that
Exactly.
shit is what makes because Diego was playing in leagues with grown men. So getting to
I
play
know
through
y'all
that
can't
shit.
possibly say that just turning the ball over 20 times in a game,
Yo,
leading the league in turnovers, is going to make him better. That's what you're
so let
saying?
me
No, playing through
ask y'all
mistakes
something, right?
makes a player better.
Let me ask
Playing
y'all
through
Oh
something.
my
mistakes.
Let
God.
me ask y'all something, right?
But you
When
can't give him 30 minutes
hold
because
on,
to do
let me
that.
ask y'all something, right? And this for me, I'll take a different approach. When somebody is telling you or people is telling you that you can't do something, there's nothing that clicks in your heads that want to prove them wrong. There's nothing in there. There's nothing that clicks in your mind
Not
that's like,
everybody thinks that way,
wait.
LM,
And
LM.
I'm not
LM,
saying, and true. I'm
but
not saying that
So
you're
then
wrong,
Jordy
but
has to
They
make
said
but
that.
he
that's the
couldn't
whole thing.
shoot,
but
and
that's not what.
This,
they
this
My
the
said he
whole
point.
couldn't shoot, and he worked on
My
shooting the whole offseason.
this the
And
whole thing,
became
right?
my point is, as a basketball player, that
It's
is your
not.
job.
Yeah,
You
but it's
signed
But
not
up to
true.
get
LM,
bet
But that's not
to
true with
get better at what.
everybody,
LM, let
LM.
me ask you a
I'm
question.
not true.
How many niggas you know came in the league and was like, yo, I'm gonna be that nigga, and they was not that nigga.
I'm not saying listen. I'm not saying you're not wrong in that. But to Jaeger's point, from what I look at in players, this mentality. Jaeger has at least shown me that he has an awareness of what he's weak at, and he wants to get better at that. Cool, I'll
yes.
take it. He wants to get better at ball handling. He wants to get stronger, and he's shown that. I'm seeing it on whether he's on
Well,
Instagram
he's
or
doing it.
whatever.
He's
He's
learning
showing his
now.
progress. He's
Yeah,
learning.
he's
So to
learning.
me, that shows he wants to get
He,
better. So
he did get
realistically,
better. He
I
did
he
love
get
doesn't
better.
need.
look.
I don't
I
need
love
Jaeger to
Yegor,
be
bro.
this. I don't need Jaeger to be this overall superstar player.
Right.
If he's not that, I'm cool. If he can be a high level elite starter or a lead guard for us,
Yeah.
that is perfect.
Yeah, but
Okay, I'll take that.
LM, he did get better. He did get better this year.
I
He
feel
did
I
like
don't
get
think he got a
better.
lot better, but
I
Right.
feel like
I
he
I
got
feel
know
like
he
he
got
didn't
he
get
Yegor,
a
got
lot
decent.
better, but he
like you
did get
said,
better. I hear people saying they not giving them minutes. He got better.
like
He started.
listen,
I don't think he got a lot better, but I do
Ye-
think he got a little
He,
bit.
Yegor has a mentality
He
like you
was
said,
not
LM.
playing like Jeremiah Fears was. He was
well,
not
then
playing
how
like
you
Trey
compare?
Johnson
You
was.
can't
He
put
was
them.
not playing like those
Not
guys. I
everybody
don't
is
yet.
not the
But you
same.
got to remember too. Hold
He's
on.
really not a top
Please,
10 to
but not
me.
even that. No, not even that, Scott.
Well, that's just to you because to me he was definitely a top 10 player.
But please,
I felt like he could have went up there with Knuckle. I think in
Oh,
Charlotte he would have
God.
did good too
please.
because of his ability to shoot. I think when we look at these players, we look at. I don't know with the upside and what we looking at, but I can see a kid that can be a really good player at this level with
He,
the right tutelage.
he's gonna
We
be
we
great.
look we look at what we did with D'Angelo, made him an all-star because Kenny put trust in him. You gotta sometimes you gotta put a battery in these kids back. And I don't think they did that.
I don't
I
either.
think Diego is gonna be great because his mindset. He wants to be better. He's going to be
He
better.
wants to be better, but the coaching staff has to show confidence in him.
But the whole thing is too, Priest, right? We forgetting that he was injured this season too. That's why a lot of the times he didn't get the minutes that he should have got. Because even in the beginning of the season, he was injured. And he been
Right.
playing with that
No, I
foot.
was just addressing the turnover thing and the
No. The
can't
only
dribble the
reason
ball, all this and
the,
that.
the
I
only
Nah,
think
reason I
I
mentioned
think that get overblown
no,
nah,
because I feel
but,
like
but
the
Big
only reason
Priest.
I mentioned the turnover thing is because when we compare him to Cade, Cade had a better handle
I'm not
regardless.
comparing him to Cade.
No,
No, I'm not.
I ain't never.
I'm talking about as
I'm
far as
not talking
playing
about.
time. I'm talking about his playing time.
I'm not talking about like. Yeah, Cade. Even though Cade was a better ball handler, he still had his issues.
Turnovers,
My
yeah.
thing. My thing is, as a coach, when you're seeing the struggles that Yegor is having, cool, he can work on that in the
Mm-hmm.
off season, whatever the case may be. But as Jordy, as the coach, you're supposed to let him play through that because that's how he's going to get better. It gives him an awareness of what he has to do moving
Yep.
forward.
And you're
That's why
showing
you let
confidence
him
in him.
do that. And it gives him
I
confidence.
know.
Coach, you're
I
not gonna
know.
bench me?
I know
Coach, you're
one
gonna let me
thing.
play through this? Okay. All right, I'm ready. Let's do this. It's a psychological thing too. It's
I
not just a skill thing.
I think right now I know one thing. Jordy is saying to itself, if this is what people are saying, oh well, you didn't play the guys enough. I bet you they better come to camp this year ready because he's not going to spare the rod, and I wouldn't either. Because
But
I'm
when
not going to
Diego
take the
came
blame.
to, this
I
is
I'm
don't
not
think he
why
could have
taking the
this
spared it
blame.
last
I'm
year.
not taking it.
what,
Well, no, it's now. It's now. I mean, I
Drake
understand
Powell
y'all
should have
you
been
saying.
don't
at
think
least
that
29 minutes
I'm
they
last
saying
brought
year.
Jordy
now.
Fernandez in there to develop these young players?
Yes, because that's why
You,
they gave him a new contract. But the thing is that he's going to come with the hammer now. They got to come ready. They got to come ready.
Yeah.
I
All right.
agree,
So
but that's gonna come with minutes.
Okay,
right.
whatever. They're going to get the minutes. And
young players are like any young person. They have to be able to work through their mistakes.
well,
When you first learning to do something, you're going to make mistakes at it. This is a whole new game. They you coming
well,
from college to, and everybody is not COVID and all these people.
well,
So we
I'm
have
just.
to temper things.
I know it's a shock to them. That I do know. But what I do understand is that they do understand what basketball is.
When
They
you're in a
do
new
understand
environment,
that.
it's not just with
It's
basketball players. It's for people. I think it's just a general thing. When you're going into something and you may not be that great. Same thing for musicians. Maybe you don't know how to mix and master yet. Maybe you don't know how to play
yeah.
piano yet. But the more you do it, it's muscle memory. Now it's like I'm an elite piano player. You was probably trash when you first started, but you
Right.
worked on it. You kept being consistent, and now, I can play the piano like that. It's
I
simple
think
now.
Yeah.
you have to have some skill coming in. You can't
Yeah.
just
But
come in not
I don't
having
think they're
no
bereft of
skill.
skill though. I think
I think
Nola
hard
has
work beats
skills.
talent.
I think Yegor has skills. I think it's just all about what we're looking for. I think
right.
Nola has skill. I think Yegor has skill. I
Well,
think
they're
Danny
gonna
Wolf
have to
has
show.
skills.
Right, but you know what I think happened too is that to your point, yeah, he didn't let them allow them to make mistakes with the Brooklyn Nets, but then when they did, they got sent to the Long Island Nets. And what I
They
will say
play.
about what I will, and I'm saying I'd say when you go to the Long Island Nets, you get more shot attempts. You get that's where you can make the mistakes and it's okay. But when you come to the Brooklyn Nets, they kind of want you to be more efficient, just kind of more polished. And what I will say about the Diego Domen thing, I feel like they were right because it wasn't about him playing through mistakes; it was playing through injury for the most part. And they didn't let him do that, and they sat him down early before the end of the season. And I think they were smart for doing that. I'm not even mad at them for doing that. But to your point, Big Crease, bro, it gotta be a little difficult to try to play and develop five players. You know what I mean? And I think that's some of what we've seen because usually we'll see a team just focus on one player in their player development. We've seen them do it with five, so it was strained. You know what I'm saying? It could have been better, but it is what
But
it is.
what I'll say to that is, I think because they were at different positions, you can play Danny Wolf, Yegor, and Nolan together. You can play Dwight Powell, Danny Wolf, and Saraf together. There are combinations that you can use. So even the fact that it was a lot of young players, I mean, that's just part of it. That's just a part of what we're doing. We're not taking the blueprint of nobody else. It's just a part of what we're doing.
I just think
So
it's hard to develop when you got five new players. And
but
if you
since
put
they're
them,
all
if
different
even if
players,
you put them out there, it's not development. If you're not being there with a say a person like MPJ, he'll know where you need to be at. He can tell you on the court,
That's
yo,
like
listen,
having
you need to be right here. You need to be right. But if you next to the next guy who don't know nothing like you, or don't understand, how are you
No, I wasn't talking
developing?
about.
How
See,
you
I wasn't
no
talking
wait,
about starting five rookies.
I'm not talking about starting 5 rookies, even putting them out there together.
No, I didn't say that either. I was just talking about the
how you
time of play.
develop Wolf with Nolan there doing the pick and roll. How you developing? Tell me that.
I think you
With
can run
Wolf
pick
and
roll
Nolan
with
doing the pick
Nolan.
and roll,
Wouldn't it be
that's
better?
a
Wouldn't it be better if
that's a
Wolf
basketball play.
If the Wolf, wouldn't it be better if it was Wolf and Cam Thomas? And
I think
Wolf will be learning more.
Wolf and Nolan running pick and roll.
I mean,
could be a
yes,
deadly combination.
yes,
you know what it is, and you know a part of that
we're
too. That's
projecting what
you know a part of that too.
We're
Danny
projecting
Wolf was a great pick and roll ball handler.
I'm just saying, as far as development, I'm talking about development now.
I would have sent them all to the G League and had them play in the starting lineup down there and let them build chemistry.
You do that by putting them in instances in certain situations and call plays for them. They're not learning anything if you let freaking Terrence Mann and MPJ get up 30
we're the
shots
only
per
team
night.
for real that our young players we talk about we gotta play these old dudes like Terrence Mann and shit. So I don't get it. I mean we're not winning games with them either. So I'm trying to at least let these kids grow. I mean, we're not winning games with Terrence Mann and Michael Porter Jr., even though I'm still playing Michael Porter Jr. because of the contract. But I'm letting these kids grow.
I wish I could pull up their numbers.
It's like
I don't know why you winning if you by giving MPJ the ball and doing dribble handoffs or offense.
That we wasn't running no offense. That's why when we say that when our offense was trash, Jago can't do this offensively, blah blah blah. Part of it was injury, and part of it was the fact that we wasn't calling no damn plays. You made a good point, LM. When I watched some Wizards games, they was running plays for Trey Johnson. I watched some New Orleans games. They was running plays for Fierce. They were running plays for these guys. We know that they was running plays for Continental. We know that, and people thought Continental was just a shooter. He was getting his shot off the bounce because they were showing faith in him.
Running plays for VJ Escombe.
But Priest is see what y'all describing is easier because it's only one rookie out there to really run the plays for.
Facts. Yo,
but I'm not saying, but we didn't. But see, what you're misunderstanding is we wasn't running plays for none of them. If we ran plays for one of them,
we did,
man. How you didn't see Jaguar get run plays?
We was not running plays for the rookies, Joe. I don't know what y'all was watching.
I don't know what they was watching either, bro. I don't know what they were watching either. I had to torment myself to watch that bullshit. They wasn't running any plays for them kids.
Y'all think Jody just put them out there and said, "Go do what you want to do"?
They was doing dribble handoff bullshit with Michael Porter Jr.
Specific play that he, if y'all can name me a specific play during the season that he ran for Drake Powell, I'll shut up.
Please do. I will.
Hold on. I will say that Jago did get a lot of pin downs, a lot of coming around the screen looking for him
curls.
to take a shot. Yeah, curls. He was getting a lot of curls. So but
Breeze. That's not. That's
Jago was standing on the wing, catching shoots.
That's not what we talking about, though.
But no. I get what y'all saying. What I'm saying is, the point I'm making is two things can be true. But what I'm talking about is the micro. Yeah, there was more clacks giving these fake assists or assists, pick and roll assists to MPJ. So case in point is it was more of that, and yeah, they could have did more offense, implemented running it through the rookies, and they didn't. And I think that was intentional. I think they wanted MPJ to have that veteran leadership on the floor. He was kind of like an extension of Jordy Fernandez. So, you know what I'm saying? Some of it I get, but to your point, yeah, if we want to draft that many first-round picks, I do want to see us utilize them more for.
Wait, hold on. So, Breeze, let me ask, and I'll ask, you a question, but mostly everybody. And Priest, you can account to this because I remember when we drafted him, you said this. So we drafting guys that are 6'9" or a 6'9" point guard in their eyes, and you're drafting guards. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume they saw Jago's BYU tape. Cool. My question is, if you're going to develop him, why in the entire heck do you know you got a center who eats off lobs? Are you not running a pick and roll with Jaeger and Claxton?
Facts.
Why are you not
Jaeger,
putting him in the pick and roll action?
because
Why are
Jaeger
you
can't
not
handle the
allowing?
ball.
I don't care.
That's not true. That
That's
is
not,
not.
and that's
See,
not
look,
true.
look. When you're talking about a pick and roll in a half court, I've seen him in the Big 12 do that against
That's the
all
Big
these other
12,
guys.
not the
All these other.
NBA.
Hold on. All
It's
these
not the
other guys in
NBA.
Texas, Trey Johnson. All these other guys that come in the league and be able to. If a player has something that they've been able to do,
He
why
couldn't do it
not
in the
see?
NBA for some reason.
When did you see them set up a pick and roll with
I
with,
don't
with
think he.
Jaeger the men on ball?
I
No,
don't think he.
that's true.
I don't think he did it. I don't think he did it against practice against the Nets.
Right now,
He
yeah.
couldn't even show it
Why would he
then.
not do it?
I don't think he showed that he was capable of doing it then.
If you're putting him consistently, first of all, the players that he's playing against in the NBA, he's going to have to play for the rest of his life.
Right.
You should be putting him up against these guys so that he knows specifically what he has to do to play up against that level of talent.
Apparently,
hold on. Let me. I gotta close out. That's
All right.
the only reason why I'm cutting it short. But I gotta say thank you to this is a dope pan. I'm gonna watch this or listen to it in playback. Shout out to Big Priest, Jamal the Franchise, Notorious, Brooklyn LM, Scott Leaf, This is JTV, John, and everybody that was on the panel, everybody in the chat. Shout to y'all, shout to B10BR for becoming a member of the page. It's only $1, you know what I'm saying? It helps me more. It's small thing for y'all, big thing for me. I could easily start pushing more and more content. And for what it's worth, my intent is to make the Nets fan base bigger. So I'm definitely all in, man. Shout out to all y'all. Definitely motivated. And thank y'all for helping me build the page thus far. But again, man, Nets fans is the best fans. We're gonna be back with more content really soon. Again, this is a dope stream. Thank y'all, man. Have a good night, y'all. Peace.
Good night, everybody.